Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose we're not the people like believe me, we know we're doing good. Can we maybe less than wealthy, but again we're young and healthy, and anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flow. It's not living.
That must be some book, Dot. You haven't put it down since you got here. Can I borrow it when you're done?
It's a book of baby names.
Oh, I usually like something with a little more of a story.
Baby names. I guess you're getting prepared in case of an emergency.
I'm thinking of having a baby.
Baby what?
A baby. I may be willing to wait forever for Mr. Right, but Cinderella's biological clock is headed towards midnight.
Oh, wait a minute. How can you have a baby without being married?
This is not her strongest subject. Amy, remember we were watching that National Geographic special and you said, oh, look at those two bears playing piggyback.
I know how it works, Ginger. I mean, just because I don't fool around doesn't mean I don't know where babies come from. It's been years since I thought you found them in the Cabbage Patch. Still disappointed, but I know how it works.
Dot, having a baby is a lot of responsibility. Now, I know it's not the same, but how many goldfish have you gone through? Dozens? You know why they died? You forgot to feed them.
And they forgot to call me Mama and kiss me goodnight. So they had it coming.
Howard, where's the pot roast I've been waiting for?
Huh?
Pot roast?
No, thanks.
Howard, are you all right? Are you doing that mental mud wrestling thing you sometimes do?
No, everything's fine. I've just lost the will to live, that's all.
This is the third time this week you have lost the will to live. Howard, it's getting old.
I know. I'm getting tired of it myself. I don't know what's wrong. Work is fine. My life is fine. Everything's fine. I can't stand it.
Well, it sounds to me like you're having a midlife crisis. It happens to most men. You need some excitement in your life.
Like what?
Honey, you could hand me that pot roast. Now, that could be a thrill for both of us.
You see, Howard, most men, when they reach your age, realize that they're never going to achieve all the goals they've set for themselves. Now, whatever relationships they have will probably stay the same, and in fact, they are entering the end of their lives.
Is this a pep talk?
Don't you see? You've got to challenge yourself with something new, something that will awaken your senses, something that will make you feel like a man.
Let me guess. I'd feel better if we went out together.
Okay, if you think that'd help, I'd be willing.
Forget it.
Oh, come on, Howard. If you don't care whether you live or die, what's the difference?
Death with dignity, Nancy. Death with dignity.
Cha-cha-cha. Thank you. Hey, Jan, I need some advice.
Play instrumentals. Less singing, more tips.
No, I need advice on how to dump somebody. What's wrong?
I was just picturing the kind of woman that you would dump.
No, this isn't a woman. This is my agent. I've been with the same guy for 10 years, and nothing's happening with my career.
You think that's his fault? Sonny, Sam Lewis has been like a father to you. He genuinely cares for you as a human being, and he's one of the very few people on this earth who treats you with any respect.
So a no tie to a rock's probably out.
Why don't you just dress up like Cupid and send him a singing telegram? That cake isn't going to make you feel better, Howard. You want to talk about it? I'm real good at helping people solve their problems.
Well, I was thinking about moving up to Colorado. Building a cabin with my own hands, up on a mountain, overlooking a valley, maybe writing a book about my life.
That's a stupid idea.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm eating the cake.
Put whipped cream on it.
You know, I really hate seeing you like this. I'm going square dancing tomorrow night after work. Why don't you come with me?
Square dancing, you? I have real trouble picturing that.
Oh, I know it doesn't fit my image, but square dancing is one of those things that sounds terrible, but you have a wonderful time when you do it.
Don't they laugh at your clothes?
I don't wear these clothes. In fact, you might not be able to control yourself if you saw me in my Western getup.
Oh, I think I could.
I don't wear much under my hoop skirt. What do you say? Come with me tomorrow.
No, thanks.
Okay, that's it. I am sick of always asking you out and you saying no. That may have been the last time.
You just saying that to make me feel better?
I'll tell you what. You come with me tomorrow night, and if you don't have a good time, I swear I will never ask you out again. No more chasing, no more begging, no more bother.
I don't know.
Oh, Howard, you're miserable with your life the way it is. Why not take a chance on making it better? And one little date's not going to kill you. You might even have fun. Look, that's my last offer, Howard. Are you going out with me tomorrow night or not?
All right, you win. We got a date.
Stay calm, Nancy. The fish ain't landed till he's in the boat.
Bossa Nova, thank you. Nancy, I need a favor. See the guy sitting by the piano? It's Roger Garrett. He's an agent. I'm trying to get him to sign me.
You fired Sam Lewis.
Oh, not till I sign with Roger. Why burn the old guy's bridge while I'm still standing on it? Anyway, is it okay if I send Roger a complimentary drink?
Why should I buy him a drink?
Because if I can find a way to really impress him, he'll become my agent. He'll get me a good job, and I'll be out of here.
Champagne for table one. Oh, Jan, it's a big, wide, wonderful world we live in.
Really? Well, you seem to be in a very good mood tonight, Nancy.
Oh, I am. I have a very special date after work. Howard and I are going square dancing.
Nancy, sexual fantasy is healthy only up to a point.
Oh, it's not fantasy. I'm going to get the big galoot to do-si-do.
Howard? I don't believe it.
Oh, he couldn't help himself. Eventually, the moth is attracted to the flame.
Yeah, but let's face it, it's not like he's been slamming himself against the screen door to get to you.
Hey, what you got there?
A list of potential fathers for my baby. You're actually gonna pick the father?
Well, what did you think I was going to do? Go down to the sperm bank and wait around for happy hour?
That's what I do.
Amy, do you know where ugly people come from?
Where? From ugly people.
I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to pick out which guy would genetically make the best baby with me.
Hey, what about Gary Wilson? Ooh, you've been dating him for a while.
Yeah, he is gorgeous. And he's a nice guy. He might be willing to do it.
No, he's too dumb. You're the one that said when he reads a stop sign, his lips move.
Who cares? The man is gorgeous. Honey, you keep his name right there in the maybe column.
Rumba! Thank you very much. You know, ladies and gentlemen, and especially you, my agent to be, Roger Garrett, I love playing for you. I love your reactions to my music. Applause, a little smile. Hey, you know what to do. I don't want to give you any ideas. Anyway, here's a little number for you sports fans. I think you'll recognize it. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs are bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet A standing ovation. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I didn't know.
Hey, Sonny, how'd things go with that agent?
I decided not to sign with him.
How come?
3 good reasons. He didn't understand me as a musician, he didn't understand me as an entertainer, and he didn't understand me as a man.
And he didn't want to sign you.
4 good reasons.
I know what you're thinking, but don't forget I prepare the food you have to serve to make a living, and it's not a good idea to tease your chef.
Hey, nobody's gonna tease you.
Ticks?
Although I would like to send a picture of you to the boys back home. This is exactly the look they like to beat up on Saturday night.
Hey, I guess we better, mosey.
Yeah. Dance, you varmint, dance! Well, Howard, are you ready to Alamance the Light Fantastic?
Oh, Nancy, this is all wrong.
Oh, you look fine.
I couldn't put on the chaps.
Oh, no, this works as is, trust me.
Nancy, I don't think I can go through with this.
Howard, remember you told me the story about your basic training, how they put you in a room filled with tear gas, and then they told you to remove your gas mask. Now, you didn't think you could do that either, but you did. I promise you, Howard, this will be more fun.
Well, you two have a
Shut
good...
up, you'll spook him.
Well, that was a good night.
Yeah. Can I ask a favor?
Sure.
When it's time for the baby shower, can I have it at your house?
Dot, you're going too far with this. Believe me. You don't want to have a baby by yourself. I know. Before I married Richie, raising Ellen by myself was the hardest thing I ever had to do. You don't have enough time for yourself. You don't have enough time for your child. If you're lucky, you just keep things going.
I've got no choice. I'm pregnant.
Are you sure?
Took one of those home tests.
Did you go see a doctor?
I'm afraid.
Of what?
That she'll tell me I'm pregnant.
Dot, you're going tomorrow. Why did you go through this whole charade deciding whether or not to have a baby? You could have just told us.
I don't want anybody else to know about this, Jan, okay? I mean, I feel stupid enough as it is. I mean, who gets pregnant by accident?
People don't practice safe sex.
It was safe. This wasn't foolproof.
It's gonna be okay, honey.
I know. And the baby's gonna be real cute. I mean, it'll be fine. Even if he does move his lips to read stop signs.
Well, Howard, I want to thank you for a lovely evening.
Yeah, sure.
You were strangely quiet on the way home. Is anything wrong?
I had a good time.
You don't sound pleased.
Well, I'm not. I'm confused.
I don't know why. I told you it would be fun.
You were right. I had fun, but... Well, let's not spoil it.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, you can invite me in and try to seduce me, and I'm going to say no. It's been very uncomfortable. The evening shouldn't end that way.
I had no intention of inviting you in.
Oh.
Do you think I'd want you in there like this? Look at you, you're terrified.
Not terrified.
Like something horrible was going to happen.
A little terrified.
Look, Howard, you're not coming into my house until you feel it's right. You'll know when it's time.
Yeah, well, thanks, Nancy.
Good night, Howard.
Good night. this is not good. You promised yourself this would never happen. It's a midlife crisis. Why couldn't you just have bought yourself an expensive sports car like other old guys? It would have been less dangerous. Okay, don't panic. Maybe it's not as bad as you think. Beth, son, you're wearing bikini underwear. You don't own bikini underwear.
I'm a dead man.
Wait, there's always the chance Nancy didn't have a good time.
You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel like a natural woman.
Okay, this sauce is a little tricky. Keep stirring. When you think it's thick enough, show it to me.
Do-si-do, while you're walking, let's find out if Howard's talking.
Funny.
Come on, Howard, don't do any kiss and tell.
There was no kissing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not what it says on the wall in the ladies' room. I mean, I do assume that you are the same Howard we are supposed to call for a good time.
What ladies' room? What does it say?
Relax, Howard, we're just kidding. But you do seem a little jumpy, considering there was no kissing.
I'm telling you, nothing happened. It's just as you would have imagined it. She chased me around to country music, and I managed to keep away.
Oh, Howard, I thought we'd try something different with the specials tomorrow night. How does this look? Oh, sorry, sweetie. What do you think?
They're fine.
Oh, good. Bye. Woof.
Sweetie.
Whoa. One more thing.
Why'd you
They
have
had
to
the
call me sweetie? Was that necessary?
Yes. I'm not going to ignore what happened last night. It was too beautiful.
Just keep stirring. Look, last night was a mistake.
Mistake? Oh, I see. You were mistaken when you said, let me see if I can remember your exact words. Wowie, wow, wow, wow.
Well, no.
And were you also mistaken when you said you hadn't been that happy in months?
Yeah, do you want to just keep stirring, Spud?
Look, Howard, if you want to use this midlife crisis as an excuse for being a jerk, use it on those bimbos down at the Moose Lodge or wherever it is you hang out. Just don't use it on me.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. Well, I'm late. That's it.
We're celebrating Dot's being late? I guess it's a slow news day.
How are you? How do you feel?
I'm mostly relieved, but I'm also kind of disappointed. I was sort of looking forward to that pitter-patter of little feet.
Don't worry. You'll get your chance.
Oh, I'm not worried. As a matter of fact, I've learned a lot from this. I'm never going to find myself in this position again. You know, having no control, feeling like I have no say in my future.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to take Gary to a remedial reading class.
Baklava?
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that?
Yes, do you mean, here, Nancy, take this pastry as a peace offering because I'm sorry I treated you so badly? Or does it mean, here, Nancy, have these empty calories because who cares what you look like when that dough goes straight to your thighs?
Oh, I care about your thighs. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what I mean.
Howard, we had a wonderful time last night. Why can't you just accept that?
Came as too big a surprise. Where'd you learn those things anyway? Were you in the Navy or something?
Well, you bring that out in me.
You want to go out tomorrow night?
Sure. Want to see a movie?
We have to.
We have to.
Tomorrow night.
Bye.
Empty calories.
Oh, Howard, you do care.
on the Channel 9 Saturday Night Movie. Eleanor Roosevelt is torn between her family responsibilities as a mother and grandmother and the opportunity to become an influential figure in her own right. Gene Stapleton and E.G. Marshall star in Eleanor, First Lady of the World. Next.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is cheer not the people's life. Believe me, we know we're doing good. Can we maybe less than wealthy? But again, we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that there's no way. The traffic flow
Good afternoon, ladies. Before we begin this evening's work festivities, I have an announcement to make. Management has authorized me to search all employees' lockers for contraband.
Wait a minute. You can't do that. It's a violation of the First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendments. Even worse, it's you touching our stuff.
Yes, well, to tell you the truth, I don't like it either. So it will be with extreme reticence, tinged perhaps with a soupçon of distaste, that I will relentlessly rifle your lockers beginning now.
We're not going to let you do this, Nancy.
United we stand.
Fine. I'll start with the weak link.
Shoot if you must, this old gray head, but spare your country's flag, she said.
Step aside, Amy.
Yes, ma'am. Our side just blinked.
I'll make this quick and painless.
Said the dentist to the fly.
Romance neath prairie skies.
Oh, I suppose that's contraband.
No, just tripe.
Oh, is that so? And I suppose you know as much about love and life as Dorothy Sweetbutter does, huh?
Oh, it breaks my heart to think a tree died for this. Well, ladies, my first foray is over. And really, Amy, if you're going to underline the good parts, get a book with good parts. Ooh, I like the kitchen when it's waitress-free, Howard. It allows our conversations to be so much more up close and personal. Oh, what's going on in that precious little head of yours? You've been so distant lately.
I haven't been distant lately. I've always been distant.
Not always rain dried.
Look, Nancy, since we have started, I have been feeling a little smothered. I want you to give me some space.
Space?
Yes.
Howard, there's something you should know about me. I have this great fear of being abandoned.
Well, then you should rent a tiny apartment and take up with a guy who's afraid of going outdoors.
Just what is it you're saying, Howard?
I want you to back off for a week. Give me some space or our weekend plans are gonna suffer.
All right. How about 3 days? A week sounds very much like 7 of them.
4 days.
Done. And if in a day or two you find you'd like to rescind the agreement, what the hell, I'm easy. But then you know that.
Feeling a bit jammed, Howard?
Yeah, you heard it, huh?
Mm-hmm. You know, I never will understand how you let yourself get involved with a woman like Nancy.
Same way I got involved in my only traffic accident. It was late, I was tired, I closed my eyes for a split second, and whammo.
And right now, I'd like to play a song from one of the most successful musicals ever. One that's made its author somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 bazillion. It's from that multiple Tony Award-winning musical, Cats. Angelicals can angelicals do. Angelicals can angelicals do. Angelicals can angelicals do. Angelicals can angelicals do. Angelical songs for Jellicle cats. Angelical songs for Jellicle cats. Jellicle songs for Jellicle cats. Jellicle songs for Jellicle cats. I don't mean to sound bitter. It doesn't even rhyme.
So, Rich and I decided to draw up a will. This is morbid talk, Jan.
No, it isn't.
It's practical talk. As parents, we have to consider what would happen to the children if something suddenly terrible and unexpected were to happen to both of us.
I hate this. It's like when my mother talks to me about how much room there is in the family plot.
But there are important things that we have to figure out. I mean, we can't let the kids decide if we're going to be buried or cremated. And who's going to take care of them? Who's going to get Richie's good cufflinks?
Oh, I'm sure someone will want to take care of them as long as they're getting jewelry.
Opie, so it's
How many times have I told you not to use the phone during business hours?
It was an important call, Nancy. It was the head of my union local.
Oh, have they finally decided to implement a talent requirement?
Dream on, Nancy. Now they're on the verge of calling a strike. They haven't reached a settlement by tomorrow. They're gonna make me walk.
And can I loan you a pair of shoes?
You don't understand, Nancy. Sometimes you never come back from these things. This could be the end of my career. I don't want to go on strike.
I don't want them to colorize Casablanca, Sonny. Life's just not fair.
Hey, Ginger. What are you reading? Howard's diary.
Howard? Our Howard keeps a diary?
He does now. Amy and I started it last night.
What for? So you could surprise him and say, Howard Miller, this is your life, only you weren't here for this part?
The diary's not for Howard to read, it's for Nancy's little searches.
I love it. She's gonna roll herself up into a big ball and die.
What about the handwriting? Oh, I wrote it with the wrong hand. I've had lots of practice at this. You know, I used to do my brother's homework for him. Girl, you can make lots of money forging book reports.
Oh, did you read it to me yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, I was real trashy.
You'll see, you'll see. Now, the first 10 days cover why Howard feels the need to keep a diary. He feels alone and needs a way to bear his soul.
Oh, perfect. Set the tone.
Oh, then there's Monday's entry where he talks about needing space and the deal he made with Nancy to leave him alone.
I believe this is where the steam starts to come out of Daffy's ears, isn't it?
Oh, and then there is last night's entry. Amy, why don't you do the honors?
Love to.
As I walked, I listened to the soundless echo of my footsteps. A deep sense of melancholy filled my dinner.
That's innards, Amy.
Oh, sorry. Filled my innards. Then she approached. Our eyes met. I felt a warmth permeate my being. But she walked on. I must have her. I will have her. I know where to find her again.
Hot stuff. But it doesn't sound like Howard.
No, that's Dorothy Sweetbetter. That's from chapter 4 of Romance Beneath Prairie Skies.
Nancy's coming.
Well, I see we're all ready for this evening's inspection.
Yes, Nancy, we're throwing in the towel. You win.
Of course I do. I'm the boss.
And I bet you just love it.
Of course I do. I'm the boss. Now get ready for work.
Wait! What about the search?
Oh, I'll be back later. I want to search the busboys' locker room while they're still getting dressed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you tonight with a heavy heart. If I haven't heard from my union local by the time this alarm clock goes off, I'll be on strike. Entertainment, as you know it, will cease to exist in this dining room. Thank you. So to kick off my last set, I'd like to do a union song I'm sure you're all familiar with. Feel free to join in. There was a rich man and he lived in Detroitium. Glory, hallelujah, hurrah, hurrah. And all his workers he did exploitium. Glory, hallelujah, hurrah, hurrah. Hurrah, 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 hurrah. Skinnamalink-a-doolium, skinnamalink-a-doolium. Glory, hallelujah, hurrah, hurrah. Everybody, hurrah, 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 hurrah. That's it. I'm on strike. Now, I really do feel like a Skinnamalink-a-doolio.
Howard, let's talk turkey.
Dumb birds, they drown in the rain. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. No, I mean, let's talk about us and the things that might be bothering us, shall we?
I don't think so, Nancy. We have an agreement, remember?
Oh, of course I do. Do you feel a deep sense of melancholy filling your dinner?
What the hell are you talking about?
I worry about you, Howard.
That's fine by me. Just keep it to yourself.
You know, I worry that you're lonely and that you walk the empty streets listening to the soundless echo of your footsteps.
Last warning. Go away.
He could have been one of our finest American novelists. Of course, the style's a bit prissy, but still, there's something.
Oh, yes. Now, this ought to really turn the heat up quite a bit.
I'll read it back to us.
No, I can't. I gotta dot all the I's first. Jan, that was a great idea you had about changing the style of writing.
Richie was reading Nicky Spillane last night, and I thought, my God, Howard is my camera.
Okay, here it goes. A dame is a dame is a dame. Gertie Stein didn't write it that way, but she was a dame. Gertie was wrong. Some dames are special, like this one.
Oh, Nancy, it's really going to hate that. I mean, that's going to be like taking a knife and sticking it in her heart and turning it around and around and then ripping it down the front.
There's more.
Sorry, I thought I was just speaking for the room. Go ahead, Ginger.
A hallelujah off Alvarado and jerked to a stop in front of her apartment building. It was one of those L.A. specials, shot from a stucco gun in 2 days' time.
I don't get that.
We can't all write like Dorothy Sweetbetter, Amy.
I stood outside her door. My hand searched my hip pocket for a flask of fortification and came up empty. I'm not ready for this yet. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow.
What happens tomorrow?
Oh, I can't wait to find out.
I can't wait till Nancy finds out.
I'm going to go hide this in the bathroom.
Why?
Oh, you know that shelf over the toilet? The one that you can only get to using a stepladder?
Yeah.
Well, she knows this diary is here. I know she's going to find it. Why make it easy?
Excuse me, senorita. I am Enrique Gomez. I've been sent to perform here while the strike's going on.
We just can't keep a bad man down, can we, Sonny?
How'd you know it was me?
Oh, I have a radar-like sensitivity to imbeciles.
Look, Nancy, you gotta let me play. I can't afford a strike.
I won't be able to pay you.
I'll play for the tips.
What a fool. Ginger, I'd like to talk.
I wouldn't. I'm mad at you about this locker business. Nancy, what happened to your dress? It's wet on the bottom.
Little accident with a stepladder.
Looks stupid, Nancy.
Oh, forget about the dress, will you? I want to ask you something.
You can ask. I'm not saying I'll answer.
I don't know what to do. In my searching, I found a diary. Howard's diary.
Naughty, naughty Nancy. If Howard found out, you'd be history.
I'm afraid I already might be. He talks about another woman.
Well, can you blame him? If you are asking me for advice, you're not gonna get it. But if it happened to me and Jason, see, now I'd try and get him to cop to it, and if that didn't work, I'd put that diary in his face.
Thank you.
I didn't say anything.
Did she take the bait?
Not only did she take the bait, she fell into the toilet.
Howard, have you ever thought about keeping a journal? You know, just a place to jot down your innermost thoughts.
No.
I see. If you did keep a journal, would you write about us?
Yeah, it's a horrible thought.
Perhaps such a journal might contain certain information about, about other women in your life, past or present.
No, I'd never write about women I'd been with. In order to do that, you got to remember names. I don't like to get that close to people.
Oh, no, Howard, I'm not buying that. No, I remember the other night you shouted out, Nancy, Nancy, Nancy.
A lucky guess.
Olé! Gracias very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, Enrique Gomez, would like to do a very special number for you gringos and gringettes, which does not point up our differences, but which celebrates something we share in common. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Do-do-do-do-do-wah.
Enrique Gomez?
That's me.
How long have you been here?
I just got here. Why, you're from the Union?
Nope. Immigration. You're coming with me.
Oh, sorry, must be something.
Today we've rigged one of our lockers with plastic explosives. Please, knock yourself out.
Tonight, she's coming to the restaurant. She says she's going to wear that slinky red dress. The one that makes me bark like a dog. Oh, I can't read anymore. Oh, good evening. May I help you?
Yes, Anne was Nikki, party of one.
Oh, well, let me check for you. Oh, yes. Yes, here we are. You're wearing a red dress.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
A tad slinky, wouldn't you say?
I prefer to think of it as stylish.
I'm sorry, there's no reservation down here.
Oh, but I heard you say here it is.
Oh, yes, I did, didn't I? But as I rescanned my pages, I see the reservation was for a Joanne Wisnicki.
Oh, can I have some other table? You don't seem to be very crowded.
Oh, no, so sorry. Joanne Wisnicki, party of 67. She's bringing all the little Wisnickis with her. We're fresh out of tables this evening.
I'll wait at the bar.
That's against policy for your types.
Are you implying that
You're certainly dressed for the role, aren't you?
You'll hear from my lawyer?
While you're at it, why don't you have an affair with him, too?
Nancy, what was that all about?
That Ginger was the other woman.
How do you know?
Woman's intuition.
Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. You've been reading the diary again.
Oh, I can't help myself. It's like a compulsion. Oh, for God's sake, Ginger, my relationship with Howard is in jeopardy. What should I do?
Like I told you, Nancy, I am not helping you with this problem. But if it were me, I would wait until after work and then confront him with the evidence.
You mean let him know that I'm reading the diary?
Let him know or let him go. Those are your choices. Hey, your choices rhyme.
Oh, that. You'll be glad to know we finished the will.
Well, I hope this means you're not going to talk about it anymore because it is so morbid. I was having trouble getting it out of my mind. So who gets the cufflinks?
Richie's going to be buried in them.
You're back, Sonny. In no disguise.
That's right. Strike's over. I've been able to give up the life of a carefree scab and be myself again.
Sort of a mixed blessing there.
You know, those guys at an immigration were really annoyed when I was able to prove that I was me.
I can understand that.
I'm not off the hook yet. Can you believe it? They're looking for some legal way to deport a citizen.
All right, Howard, this has gone on long enough.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, he asked innocently. You know damn well what I mean. Why do you need a cheap bimbo who makes the warmth permeate your being?
That's it. I told you I needed my space. The weekend's off. I'm sorry, Nancy, but you didn't play by the rules.
Oh, and I suppose you have been playing by the rules. Are the rules written in here? This diary, the one you never wrote?
Diary?
Oh, I get it. You've lost your mind. I'm sorry about that, Nancy, but the weekend's still off. Bye, I'm going bowling.
Bowling? Spare me.
I'll do my best.
You can't leave.
Yes, I can.
But I've got evidence. But this is my evidence. I got proof of your duplicity.
Wrong, Nancy. What you've got is a book I've never seen before. Evidence? Who knows? Maybe we can use it to have you committed.
Have I lost my mind? I know I've lost my weekend. This is how Ray Milan must have felt.
Good night, Nancy. Good night.
Ginger, he denied everything, even after I showed him the diary like you told me to do.
Nancy, I didn't tell you to do anything. I told you what I would have done.
Nancy, here's management's latest memo. No more searches.
We're sure glad about that.
See, it was the searching, wasn't it? Well, you were trying to get back at me, weren't you? Well, that's it. I'm not losing my mind. I've been gaslighted.
Nancy, would it make you feel better if we were to admit to that?
Oh, yes. God, yes.
Sorry, it wasn't us.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is not the people die. Believe me, we know we're doing okay. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flow. It's not living.
On a wonderful day like today, I defy any cloud to appear in the sky. Dare any raindrop to drop in my eye. On a wonderful day like today, on a wonderful morning like this, when that sun she's as big as a yellow balloon, even the sparrows are singing in tune. On a wonderful day like today, on a morning like this, I could kiss everybody. I'm so full of love and goodwill. Let me say, furthermore, I'd adore everybody to come and dine. The pleasure's mine, and I will pay the bill. Just kidding. Guess what happened to me today?
Nope.
Let me take this occasion to say that the whole human race should fall down on its knees. You want to know what happened to me today?
No, thank you.
Show that they're grateful for mornings like these. Can I tell you about today? Sure. For the world in a wonderful way. Guess what happened to me today? I saved Jack Jones's life.
Jack Jones, the singer?
Yeah. I'm a really big fan of his. And there he was out in front of the hotel, crossing the street. Well, he tripped. I pushed him out of the way of an oncoming bus.
Why, Sonny, that's so brave of you. He must have been awfully grateful.
Oh, yeah, an experience like that really binds two people together. He was lucky. We'll probably be spending a lot of time together.
Or maybe he'll get really lucky and the next bus won't miss him.
On a wonderful day, like today.
Oh, Mr. Jones, so nice to see you again.
Nancy, it's Jack.
Okay, Jack. How long will you be staying with us?
I'm at the Greek for a couple of days before I go to Vegas. Oh,
Is he still here? This is awful.
Wait till he tries to hit a high note.
He's been bothering me for years. He comes to my shows and does that woo sound. You know, the kind that makes every show sound like an episode of The Jeffersons?
He makes the same noise when I give him his paycheck.
He writes me, he phones me, and today he pushed me in front of a bus and tried to kill me.
Woo! Right this way.
Oh, I gotta get a day off. Maybe there's a holiday coming up.
Veterans Day?
Yeah, maybe Nance will go for that. You know she's been with lots of guys in uniform.
I think doormen count.
Nancy, how would you feel if I took Veterans Day off?
We'll never know, will we?
I tried.
Well, we need a holiday she can relate to.
Maybe the Marquis de Sade has a birthday coming up.
Oh, Howard, I forgot to tell you I got us tickets for professional wrestling next weekend.
You hate wrestling.
Oh, I hate it because it's a ridiculous charade put on to amuse adolescent boys and anyone else willing to believe that a 400-pound man can jump from a ring post onto another man's throat without having the poor chap's brains come squirting out of his ears. But I go because you like it.
Thanks, I appreciate that, but I can't go next weekend.
How come?
I can't tell you right now.
How come?
Because I brought you a little gift so you wouldn't be mad, and I don't have the gift with me right now.
Just knowing that you put out the effort to find some jewelry or some fine perfume or something special for me is equally thrilling as the gift itself.
It's one of those plastic rain bonnets with a sun painted on it, kind of a happy face.
Well, I suppose I could buy a dress to go with that. But why can't we go out next weekend?
I got a date with another woman.
Why do you have dates with other women?
I feel a little trapped, and it's not women, it's woman. It's one woman. It's no big deal.
I see.
Telling you, if you could have seen that sun with the happy face, it's so cheery.
All right, Mr. Sunshine, you want to go out with other women, go ahead. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Hey, wait a minute. It's not like we're not going out anymore.
Oh, maybe it is like that. But who cares? Let's face it, you're not the only pinhead in town who believes that when Rowdy Roddy Piper gets chained to Ivan the Terrible, only one of them will leave the ring alive. Jen. Jen. May I ask you a personal question?
I guess.
But what do you do when Richie behaves like a typical male with the brains of a slug and the morals of an alley cat with absolutely no concern for the feelings of others, to the point where if you actually took a stick and beat him about the head and neck, no jury in the world would convict you?
Trouble with Howard?
Why do you ask?
Morbid curiosity?
Well, since you're snooping around, yes. He's seeing another woman.
I'm sorry to hear that. You make a cute sort of couple in a strange sort of way.
That's what I thought. But Howard is going through this midlife crisis, and like most men his age, he wants a Twinkie.
Well, you just have to lay it on the line. You tell Howard he can't have it both ways. Either he sees you or he sees her. But you deserve more from the relationship than you're getting.
Oh, thank you, Jen. I appreciate your input and your concern.
You're welcome.
You know, there aren't many other people I can talk to like this.
Well, glad I could help.
You know, opening up makes us feel closer, almost like friends.
I guess it does.
We don't want a hug, do we?
Jack, my man.
Hello, Sonny.
Hey, you eating all this? You know, Jacko, when I got out of bed this morning, I said to myself, Duke, I'm surprised Jack hasn't thanked you for saving his life. Maybe he's shy. You know, this is delicious. Have you tried this?
Save my life. What are you talking about?
I figured out a way for you to pay me back.
I want to play Vegas. I mean, really play Vegas. Yeah, I had a one-shot deal at a place called the Playpen Lounge. Even I knew the place was a joke. I figured that you could get me booked into one of the hotels for just one night. We'd be square for my saving your life.
But you didn't.
You do this, I will never bother you again.
You mean that? You'll never talk to me? Or come to my shows? Or slip notes under my door? Or hide in my back seat? Or tell anybody you know me? I'll see what I can do.
Pinky swear? Does this mean we can't sing the theme of the Love Boat together?
Linzer Tort?
Do you mean it?
Of course.
You know, I love it when you bring me these little pastries as a peace offering.
Well, I don't want you to be mad anymore.
Oh, that's very nice to hear. You know, I was going to talk to you about the way I was feeling, but I know you hate it.
Yeah, I really do. But everything's gonna be fine.
Oh, you mean we can go to the wrestling together?
Oh, no, I mean, I figure I'd drop by your place around 5 and we could make up for about an hour. Then I gotta leave.
The day you can make up for an hour is the day I'll put up with that kind of talk.
How about if I come back about 11 or so?
Howard, I am not ready for this kind of relationship. And unless you can make some kind of commitment, I'm afraid it's over.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not ready.
Thank you.
Boy, leads some life, doesn't he?
What do you mean?
Well, wouldn't you love just living in hotels all the time like he does?
I think you'd miss being home after a while.
Are you kidding? I'd never get tired of it. I mean, somebody makes your bed every day, somebody cooks for you. I mean, what could be better than ripping that paper band off the commode seat each and every day, knowing the thing's sparkling clean?
You're just a connoisseur of the high life, aren't you?
Yo, JJ, how's the Vegas thing going?
Not so good, Sonny. The place I work at, they're really not interested. But I still got a couple more calls to make.
Well, I appreciate it, bud. Hey, look, if you ever want to tickle the ivories or sing a song, feel free.
I'll keep that in mind.
What song would you like to do?
I don't want to sing any song with you, Sonny.
Yeah, but if you did, what song?
Sonny, I said I would get you booked in Vegas. That's it. I don't have to sing a song with you, okay?
How about something from your new album? I learned the title track.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Jones. Jack really doesn't want to sing tonight, so I'm going to do something from Jack's new album. You know, it's amazing. I have a hunch that Jack was thinking of me when he chose this song. It's called I Am a Singer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I am
a singer. I work at night. I stand in front of you and I hold my notes up to the light. I tune up all my secrets and I hang them on my voice. I have no other talent and I have no other choice. I am a singer. I am a singer.
Go. Pick up.
Ladies, I'm afraid I have some bad news. I know you probably can't afford to lose the tips, but management has decided to close the restaurant for 3 days.
Oh, yes, 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 yes!
Now, that's the way to take bad news. You could all learn from her example.
How come we're closing?
Well, they've decided to paint the restaurant next weekend.
Ooh, I can feel the good times coming on. Now I got to figure out what to do with myself. Something fun.
Exciting.
I still haven't unpacked half a garage full of boxes since we moved to the new house.
Don't tell me you're going to unpack boxes on your day off.
No, but I feel it's important to acknowledge them at least once a week.
Well, see you tomorrow.
Yes, you will.
You look nice tonight. Thank you, Howard. So did you. This old thing?
Oh, Jack. Can I help you?
Yeah, I think I lost a cufflink at dinner tonight.
Oh, well, if you did, the cleaning crew will find it.
You mind if I take a look?
Well, actually, it's closing time, and the cleaning crew will find it.
Oh. Thanks for the help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm in kind of an I hate all men mood.
Is there something we all did?
Actually, one in particular.
Well, then can the rest of us look for cufflinks?
Of course you can. Go ahead. I'll check back
Thank you.
here. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. And thanks for staying open later than usual.
I apologize. Really, you must find my behavior deplorable.
Pretty much. But it's also honest and right out there, and I like that.
Oh, well, here's to honest and right out there.
Nancy, I have to go do my show. I was wondering if you'd like to go with me, and maybe afterwards we could have a bite to eat or something.
What do you mean, sort of a date?
That's exactly what I mean. Sort of a date.
Well, I'd love to.
Good.
Oh. Oh, ladies, please note that we're taking rabbit off the menu for this evening.
Oh, why? Because they're so cute and cuddly and we have no business eating them in the first place?
No, because the itty-bitty spring lamb look better. There.
Hold it. Nancy, how'd it go with you and Jack last night?
We, had a very nice time.
Really? What's he like?
Well, he's married.
The two-time.
Oh, happily so. He made it quite clear that what he was looking for was someone to talk to over a late supper. He's very nice for a man. And in fact, we're going out again tonight.
Does Howard know all this?
Oh, well, what business is it of his?
Well, for starters, I think he's been going a little crazy since he saw you leave last night.
Oh, well, how about all the times Howard has made me crazy? If he's jealous of Jack Jones, that's just fine with me. Howard's getting his space. Howard's getting his freedom. Howard's getting
Enough rope to hang himself.
If the noose fits.
A buck? Buck's what you give the kid at the car wash. I bet you he doesn't even know the lefty from the creepazoid.
You seem a bit ruffled.
It's because I am. Just got a call from Jack. He told me why I've never been asked back to Vegas. You know why?
I could guess, but
They've got a list of acts that none of the hotels will hire.
really, who's on the list?
Just me and some ex-mafia hitman who's in the witness protection program. He plays the Swiss bells. 2 acts in the whole world, and I'm one of them. How could something like this happen?
Maybe it was sort of like the Playboy Jazz poll.
Charlotte Russe?
What is it?
It's my cute little way of saying I'm sorry.
Cute, but we've already wasted one pastry on this. Sorry isn't enough.
I know, and I've thought it over, and I'm willing to stop seeing other women so much.
Good enough.
Come on, Nancy, I'm going through a phase. How'd you like to go out tonight?
Oh, I'd love to.
Good.
But I already have plans for this evening. I'm going out with Jack Jones again.
Yo, Sonny.
You, Jack.
I got some good news. I finally found a place that'll book you. It's called Chuck's Game Land.
Great.
You start day after tomorrow for 3 days. Good luck. And goodbye.
Hey, look, maybe we can get together in Vegas.
Sonny, the deal was that I never had to talk to you again. You understand it, don't you?
Of course. What do you think? You're the first one who's ever made that kind of deal with me?
Hi there.
Well, are we all set for tonight?
Well, there's been a slight change of plans. I have to go to Vegas right after the show.
Oh, I see.
Why don't you come with me? Take your mind off of Howard for a couple of days.
You mean fly to Vegas with you? Oh, I'm sure your wife would love that.
She would. She'd have someone to help her shop. She's only got 2 hands.
Can I think about it for a minute?
You better hurry. Don't want to miss the plane to Funtown.
Here, you're the hostess.
What do you mean?
Oh, can't talk now. Gotta catch the plane to Funtown.
Nancy, could I talk to you for a minute,
please? Right now, I need my space. I'm going to Las Vegas with Jack Jones. Bye.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is we're not the people night. Believe me, we know we're doing right. Can we maybe less than wealthy, but better again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way the traffic flows. It's
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love that lyric. That was just a taste of the Casey and the Sunshine Band medley I'll be playing tomorrow night when I open in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, which of course is Spanish for the Vegas, is the entertainment mecca of the desert. So stop by and see me in one of the major showrooms just off the strip, Chuck's Game Land. Part of the show is going to be an incredible salute to one of the greatest rock and roll groups of all time, Up With People. By the way, with us tonight, we have a celebrity, a former member of Up With People, our own Ginger St. James. Let's have a hand for her, huh?
Sonny, I was never in Up With People.
You only get to see him from the good. Your blimp, just smile and wave.
Jan, I've had it. My right rear burner's sticking.
I'd jiggle it like you always do.
I can't work under these conditions.
You're just upset because Nancy went off to Las Vegas with Jack Jones.
Wish I knew somebody who could introduce me to Florence Henderson. That'd show her.
Calm down, Howard. Your head's getting red. Nancy isn't dating Jack Jones. He's a happily married man. They're just friends.
How naive do you think I am? The guy's a musician on the list of womenizers. They come right after pastry chefs.
I didn't know that about pastry chefs.
Yeah, something about making dough that thin does things to a man's libido.
Howard, look, I gotta get back out there. But you have to decide what you want for Nancy. She genuinely cares for you, but she's not gonna put up with you going out with other women.
Boy, now I know where that expression, life stinks, comes from.
Well, if there's anything I can do.
Hey, you don't know Florence Henderson, do you?
Hey, Todd, how would you like to go with me to Las Vegas?
Well, just for the sake of consistency, let's say no.
Oh, come on, please. I just want to be able to look up into the audience and see a friendly face. What do you say? You're the only friend I've got.
No. You've got lots of friends. What about Louis?
He got an excuse from his doctor.
Well, what about...
You're at the end of the list, Todd. That's it. Nothing sadder than a man without friends. Oh, come on, come with me, please. I'm begging.
Okay, I'll go. But I'm warning you. If you so much as make one off-colored remark or try to put your arm around me or in any way make people think that I am with you, I'll put your lights out.
She's getting soft in her old age.
So you decided what you're going to do the next couple of days while the restaurant's closed?
No, I'm going to take it easy, spend some quiet time alone. I'm going to rest, relax, reflect, sort of get back in touch.
That's beautiful.
Anybody want to go to Vegas tomorrow?
Yes! Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
What happened to quiet time?
Oh, I'm going to spend 10 minutes a day playing Keno. It doesn't get any quieter than that.
How about you, Jan?
Oh, well, I promised Richie that I'd stay home and finish unpacking those boxes from when we moved.
Was that a no?
Let Richie do it.
Amy?
I'm sorry, that's just not my idea of a good time. I mean, y'all are gonna gamble, you're gonna stay up all night, you're probably gonna flirt with strange men.
I say we leave now. Come on, Amy, you gotta go to keep me from gambling too much.
I don't think so.
It'll be like in the cartoons. You know when Goofy has the little good Goofy on one shoulder, then the bad Goofy on the other shoulder. You can be my good Goofy.
Oh, okay. Howard, we're all going to Vegas tomorrow. You want to come?
No.
Why not?
I'm not waiting till tomorrow. I'm leaving tonight. I'm going to find Nancy.
Wait, who's going to finish cooking tonight?
Hey, you're in charge. You do it.
Well, I guess the specials tonight are going to be tuna casserole and macaroni and cheese.
Hit me. Hit me. Hit me again. Oh, 21. 22, 23. Sorry.
Mind if I sit down?
I suppose not. Oh, when did you get here?
Last night. Listen, can I buy you a drink?
Oh, sorry, I'm meeting my date.
Look, I know you're not really dating Jack Jones, so we can drop that, okay?
Oh, I'm not seeing Jack tonight. No, I've met a local man. He's very refined. He's very considerate. He's the pastry chef at Caesar's Palace.
Isn't there some way we can work this out?
Yo, Nancy! There you are. Listen, I'm sorry I'm late, but I had this batch of Phil that was giving me a hard time. You know, it can make you crazy. You know what I mean? So you ready?
Oh, sure.
And I got a friend that says we can watch Siegfried and Roy from the wings. And after, I figure we go to my trailer for Cobra.
Nancy, don't go.
Oh, I have to.
Wait a minute.
You got a problem, pal?
Maybe I do.
No, it's okay. I know him. Howard Miller, this is, Chick. Chick, this is Howard Miller.
Nice meeting you. Look, I don't want to be late because Siegfried's got this new trick where he pulls an elephant out of Roy's pants. But, you know, I can't figure out how Roy gets the elephant in there.
Oh, well, it's probably just an illusion.
An illusion. Hey, who says they can't be beautiful and intelligent? I'll wait. We'll see you later.
place doesn't look very nice.
I believe this is what the French call a toilet.
I'm gonna go play some blackjack. You wanna come?
Oh, I'm not that lucky at blackjack, are you?
Oh, yeah. I definitely meet more cute guys at the blackjack table than any other game. Wish me luck.
Well, guess I'll go play the slots.
Oh, that's real smart, Jan. Put your money in a machine that's programmed to keep more than it gives. There are better things to do with your money.
I know, but this is a lot more fun than buying you a bus ticket back to L.A.
Well, Amy, you're about to see a system that really works.
How can you have a system in a game of chance? And you might as well just take your money and just stick it anywhere.
What are you doing?
Watching red, we have a winner.
Amy! No, I won. It was my money.
No, but I bet it. It was my money. Don't you see what's happened here? This just points up what is wrong with gambling. And we have been in here 2 seconds, and this ill-found money is already coming between us. I say no, sir.
Don't do that.
17 black.
Would you look at that? I missed by only one color. This game is really exciting.
Excuse me. May I have a word with you?
Hey, you can't do that.
Oh, this will only take a minute. You see that money that she just bet? That was my money. She was not supposed to do that. I'd like to have it back.
Sorry, that's not the way it works.
Don't worry, Ginger. I'm going to play, and when I win, half the money's yours.
But she wasn't supposed to do that. It was a mistake.
Look, honey, the only way you can get your money back is to win it back.
Fine. If that's the way you want it, I shall return.
Where are you going?
To get my money back. I'm going out there to that all-you-can-eat buffet, and I'm not stopping until I'm even.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
No, it's all yours, darling. Just hope my bad luck doesn't rub off on you. I hadn't had a good hand all night.
Well, maybe now that I'm here, you'll get lucky. With cards.
All right, blackjack, yeah. Maybe you are lucky. What's your name?
Dot?
Well, I'm Buck. It's nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you, too.
No, you put your money away. From now on, me and you are partners.
Oh, well, I don't know. I really...
Boy, you got pretty eyes.
Okay, sure. Partners would be fine.
Right.
Jan, what are you doing here?
Oh, well, I was hoping a change of scenery might keep Amy out of trouble.
I hope you're doing better with your children at home.
Is that a new perfume you're wearing?
It's elephant.
Who makes it?
Elephants. You don't want to see an animal act from the wings. It's too close to the action.
Well, I guess that's just another little rule of life they don't teach at charm school. So, who took you to an animal act?
Oh, I had a date, but I had him bring me home early. Jan, I guess I'm going to have to put up with Howard's carousing. I'm just not happy when I'm not seeing him.
Well, look, why don't you come back with us to Chuck's Game Land? We'll catch Sonny's opening. That ought to be good for a laugh, and you'll feel better. Then we can go find Howard.
Oh, Jan, I never thought I'd feel this way. Oh, when I think of being alone, I want to cry.
Hey, I'm just standing next to you. My eyes are already starting to water.
Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Come on, hit me. What? Oh, I'm over.
Howard, are you okay?
Why do you ask?
Well, you don't exactly seem like the kind of guy who'd take a card with 25 showing.
Well, maybe I made a tactical blunder. Tactical blunder. My God, I'm beginning to talk like Nancy.
Is that why you're drinking?
She's got me confused.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, you want to get something to eat?
No, I just ate $176 worth of bad steak and coleslaw.
I think I love her. Boy, that sounds awful, doesn't it?
It sounds weird. She's not exactly the most popular girl on campus.
Everybody hates her.
Well, you know, they say you're not supposed to care what everybody else thinks. Sometimes they're wrong.
Not easy loving somebody everybody hates. I don't know how to do it.
Maybe you should read Pat Nixon's book.
Let's wait by the crap table. Sonny should be on soon.
Hello, Howard.
Nancy, I have to talk to you for a minute.
Certainly. Howard, I smell liquor. Have you been drinking?
Yes, I have. Have you been with an elephant?
Yes, I have.
I see. Nancy, my life is miserable, and I want to share it with you.
Howard.
So if you promise not to be too pushy, and you promise not to try to change me too much, and you promise to take a bath...
Oh, as soon as possible.
Then I guess what I'm saying is, will you marry me?
Eight, the point is 8.
All right. All right, darling. Do your thing.
Oh, go, my little beauty. Find happiness at the other end of the table. Know as you turn over and over and over again. There's an 8 that we need. Come on, little darling.
Hey, this isn't Hamlet.
You're all right. Everybody thinks it's easy being a good luck charm.
Doesn't look like the hardest job in the world.
8, the winner!
I have an announcement to make. Howard has asked me to marry him.
Are you serious?
Yes. And I'm finally going to get to walk down the aisle and say the words every woman wants to say. I'm off the street.
Good luck, Lord.
It's amazing.
So when's the big day?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't figured out.
Today, now. In Las Vegas, you don't have to wait.
Hey, if you're gonna talk outside.
Well, I suppose I'd better go take a bath.
Yes.
Oh, Dot, I cannot believe what good luck you are. My wife is going to be astounded when she finds out how much money I won.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Excuse me. Some guy gave me 2 rolls of nickels to introduce him. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, when you've been in show business as long as I... Could somebody watch my machine? Sure. Thank you. When you've been in show business as long as I have, you get to know the great ones. And here's the greatest, Sonny Man.
Hey, thank you! Thank you very much. It's great to be in Vegas. I'd like to start off with a song I should have made famous. And now, the end is near, and so I face the final curtain, my friend. I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain.
Okay, give me those dice.
I've lived a life that's full.
Come on, 7.
I've traveled each and every highway.
Oh, the point is 4.
And more, much more than this. I did it my way.
Correct! A loser!
I guess I might as well face the fact that above the top is it for me. I may never make my dreams come true. No headlining, no record deal, no 8x10 on my dry cleaner's wall.
Darn, 2 bells and a cherry. This game is hard. Sonny, can you loan me a couple more bucks?
No more money. You're out of control.
How about if I kiss you? Can I have money if I kiss you?
Sure. Hey, here's $10.
20.
Okay. 20. Come on.
I guess I really do need help. I'm gonna get myself to Gamblers Anonymous. Just as soon as I get back to L.A.
But where have you been? I thought you were just going to rent a tux.
Well, every man on death row deserves the last meal, so I took him down to the buffet table at Chuck's.
Nancy, what is this place?
Well, now, darling, it seems that we're going to be married by some sort of rock and roll impersonator. We have no choice. The ceremony's going to begin any minute now.
Ladies and gentlemen, present another fabulous wedding performed not by the legend himself, but by an incredible simulation. Here he is, the Reverend E. Since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street at a grateful. I get so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. Thank you very much. I like to start each ceremony with an up tune. Are you ready to begin?
Howard, it's time.
All right now, Howard. Do you promise to love her tender, never be a hound dog, so she don't get all shook up?
It's ridiculous.
Howard, please.
I do.
I guess he's stuck on you. You take this hunk of burning love to be your teddy bear, and of course, don't be cruel.
Oh, I won't. I mean, I will.
Oh, sorry.
All right, Howard. Now you say to Nancy, I'll wear my ring around your neck. I don't think I brought a big enough ring.
Give me the ring. I'll just put it on her finger.
All right, then. By the power vested in me by the great state of Nevada and everyone in rock and roll heaven, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Next week, a man of your dreams comes to television. Freddy Krueger, the deadly demon who brought terror to Elm Street, now brings his own style of suspense to Channel 9. Freddy's Nightmare, Saturday nights at 11:30, beginning October 8th. Until then, sweet dreams.
Superstation. Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is we're not the people life. Believe me, we know we're doing okay. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but again we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic's slow.
You're here early. I was bored. Oprah had transvestites with eating disorders. Donahue had transvestites with eating disorders. Every station has fat men in dresses freaking out over Twinkie minges, and none of them cared at all that their bags did not match their shoes. Does Dr. Scholl make house calls? Don't ever wear high heels to go house hunting.
You and Richie are buying a house? Wow, that's a big decision to make. I don't think I could make a decision like that. Well, I mean, probably could, but maybe not. See, that is a hard decision to make, isn't it?
We have no choice. You see, our house is a mess. We either clean it or move.
Oh. Well, they're getting a lot for houses now. How can you afford it?
Well, Richie's business is doing well, and I'm doing okay. And the further you're willing to move out of town, the prices get more reasonable. So I'm sure I'll get used to the drive-in from Nevada.
Hi, everybody. Hey, could somebody open my locker, please? How comes it's stuck?
No, I can't open it.
Hey, she's going Catwoman on us.
Well, last night I went to this wedding shower, right? And I guess we all got a little bit too deep into the punch. Anyway, at about 3 o'clock, my girlfriend Denise, she's the one that does the sculptured nails, she figures that we should all look like Patti LaBelle.
You all look like that?
Oh, no, honey. I was the lucky one. She passed out before she got to my hair.
Love. It's a little word that means so many things to me. There's the love of a little boy for his dog. Innocent, yet unshakable. Even if Buster did growl every time I walked in the room. The love a guy claims to have for a chick at 2 a.m. when he doesn't want to leave the bar alone. True love. And, of course, the love of a son for his mother. Since tomorrow my mother's coming for a little visit, that love I'd like to sing about. This one's for my mom. You talk too much. You worry me to death. You talk too much.
Not have you lambasting the institution of motherhood. Hasn't your mother put up with enough ridicule?
What ridicule?
I'm sure that each and every time she went to parent-teachers night, they busted her chops.
Oh, yeah? Well, you know, you always complain about my personality.
Yes?
Well, I'm a product of my environment. My mother made me this way.
Oh, so she's the one that started the joke that started the whole world laughing.
What's the matter, Sonny? You look sort of hangdog.
Hangdog? How about poison the dog or shoot the dog?
What's wrong?
Your old mom's coming tomorrow night.
And you're not happy about that.
Gee, you must have some sort of sixth sense about these things.
Yeah, I guess I do.
I don't know why I even let her come. She's just going to make me miserable.
Come on, Sonny, it can't be that bad.
She still blames me for never getting her figure back after she had me.
Sonny, if there's anything I can do, you just let me know.
We could sleep together.
You know, Sonny, the Bible says, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. I'm clean. I can hit you with a rock.
Okay, but I just wish there was some way I could impress her so she wouldn't think of me as a failure. Believe it or not, she thinks I'm sort of a goof, if you can believe it. Right, it's crazy.
Why aren't you out there playing?
Trying to think of some way to impress my mother when she gets here tomorrow night.
Have you seen that act in Vegas where the guy catches the bullet in his teeth? How hard could it be?
Nancy, that's a trick. Nobody can actually do that.
Howard, I have an invitation for you.
Not now, Nancy. I'm busy.
Oh, no, I'm not falling for that one again. Look, I've been invited to a channeling party on Friday night, and I thought we could go together.
I'm going bowling Friday night.
Do you know what a channeling party is?
Going bowling.
A channel can see our past lives.
Bowling.
You see, I'm convinced that some of our social friction may be the residue of a previous lifetime. Let's find out.
What's he going to tell me? You wouldn't let me go to the public stonings? You wouldn't let me see the gladiators? You won't let me go bowling? Leave me alone.
I sense that I love the public stonings. Can I help you?
I doubt it. I'm Sonny's mother.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. It's quite a dress. You must be Nancy. I'm Rose.
Well, it's always interesting to meet a member of Sonny's family.
So this is what he's come to, huh? Had such high hopes for him, he winds up in a place like this.
I tried to get him to leave, Rose, but you know Sonny. He just doesn't listen.
My beautiful lady, near you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sonny,
Mom.
Oh, you look nice.
Thanks. Hey, did you have a good trip?
Oh, it was fine. You need sweet and low? They had extra on the plane.
No, thank you. No. Thank you very much. Hey, Mom, I got a surprise for you. I know you don't think very much of my work here.
Why, just because it's 3,000 miles from Carnegie Hall? It's what I expect from you.
No, I planned something special so you'd be proud of me.
Well, it better be good.
Yes, Mom. Why don't you sit down right over here?
Oh, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to do a special tribute. And I'd like to dedicate it to my dear mother who's here tonight. Sit down, Mom. It's a tribute to one of the greatest entertainers of our time. I remember when I was growing up, my mother would always say of this man, boy, he's entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, Mom, my tribute with dancing waters to Liberace.
Have you given any more thought to tomorrow's channeling party?
As a matter of fact, I think I've been hearing voices from the other side. They say, go bowling, Howard, go bowling.
All right, so you don't want to believe, fine. But if you won't go, will you at least give me some personal item to bring with me?
What for?
Well, the channel can pick up your vibrations just by touching something that belongs to you.
No kidding. I used to know a girl in Panama could do that.
I thought you were going to be here earlier. You missed my first set.
I wanted to go through all your drawers.
What do you mean you went through my drawers? I've got private things in my drawers.
What, the disgusting magazines? I've seen your father's disgusting magazines. You know, I had a body like that before I had you.
You so much as touched my Franklin Mint collection of dolls from all nations.
Honey, I don't want to argue. Go, play. Show me the piano lessons wearing a waist.
Do you love me?
I'm your mother. I'm required by law to love you.
That's comforting. We'll try another one. When are you going to stop treating me like I was a kid?
Sonny, are you going to start this again? When you act like a man, I'll treat you like a man.
Well, I feel like overeating than hating myself. Anybody want to go to Mario's for pizza? Oh, it's pretty crowded right now. Do you think we can get a table?
Hey, look, isn't there a menu on a blackboard? Look, y'all, I could have that place cleared out in 30 seconds flat.
So how much did you make tonight?
What kind of question is that?
I just wanted to know if you made as much as you would if you had a real job.
That's it, Ma. I can't take the insults anymore. Why don't you just go home?
Now you're overreacting. Yeah. Girls, will you listen to this? He always does this. He does something foolish and he overreacts.
Excuse me, Mrs. Manischewitz, but I think you're treating him pretty badly.
I'll have you know I've always been the best possible mother to this boy.
What about when you used to tie my shoelaces together?
I used to tie your sneakers together so you wouldn't lose them when you took them to school. Who knew you would wear them that way? You want to know why I don't treat him like a man? He knows why. Go ahead, Sonny, tell them.
What is it, Sonny?
I don't know why.
You don't remember what happened when you were 13?
The Juilliard? You treating me this way because of the Juilliard thing?
You shamed the family, Sonny.
What happened?
I hate this story.
Tell them.
When I was a kid, I could really play the piano. No, I mean, I could really play. When I was was 13, I had an audition for the Juilliard School for Music. It's a pretty big deal. My folks flew with me to New York. Still remember how nervous I was. I'd been practicing for months. Now it was time. I thought about all I'd given up. Career playing baseball. It could have happened if I had ever gotten to play a position other than deep right field behind Benji Gerson's little sister. But that's another story. I remember I thought we'd never get started.
Welcome to the auditions for the Juilliard School. I hope you realize that if you're accepted, you'll be in a very difficult academic setting. We work our students hard, very hard. Before you leave the school, we will make a man out of you.
I like the idea of a school where the kids would be too busy to beat me up every day.
Our first applicant is a pianist, Sonny Manischewitz. Sonny will be performing Rachmaninoff's Prelude in C-sharp minor. Sonny?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I couldn't believe it. I'd practiced for hours and hours, and now my mind was blank. I tried to picture the sheet music. All I could see was my father's magazines that I found in his drawer.
Sonny, we're waiting.
She gets you hungry for dinner. She likes the theater but never goes late. She never bothers with people she hates. Hey, that's why that lady is the champ. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyways, that's what happened at my Juilliard audition. Dear old Mom here still hasn't forgiven me.
You shamed the family, you shamed yourself, and your father was so upset we didn't get to see the Statue of Liberty. You weren't ready to be a man then, Sonny, and you're still not. Goodbye, Sonny.
You okay?
Why can't you just accept me for what I am? I like what I do.
Hey, listen, we're going out to eat till we're miserable. You want to come?
No, thanks.
Come on, Sonny, we're going down to Mario's and pretend we're having a good time, like we usually do.
Now, you go ahead. I'm fine.
Sonny, I can't go home with you feeling this way, but I think I can make you feel better.
You change your mind about me sleeping over?
Why do you do that? I try to be nice, and you turn it into another cheap sexual innuendo. How do you think I feel when you say something like, change your mind about me sleeping over?
Get you hot?
I just wanted to make you feel better about the way things are going with your mama. Now, there's this little story that I think you should hear. Did I ever tell you about the folks back home named Lamar and Verla Mae James?
They're the ones that got their heads caught in the same drain pipe?
No, that was the McKinley twins.
Sorry.
Verla Mae is Lamar's mother, and she wanted him to ride bulls in the rodeo. Well, Lamar wanted to design ladies' hats, a trade that most men in Snyder don't ever go into. Anyway, the more he wanted to design hats, the more she wanted him to ride bulls. Well, eventually he gave in. Sure enough, first time out of the chute, old Diablo kicks Lamar in the head. So she got her way. I mean, he's not designing hats, but he does walk around with dribble hanging off his chin.
What's the point, Amy?
You should be proud of yourself. You don't have dribble on your chin. Does that make sense to you?
No, but it does get me hot.
Howard, you should have been there last night. The channel was amazing. He knew exactly why we sometimes seem to be less than enamored with each other. Isn't that great news?
Wow, we.
He said that we've known each other in many past lives, but the one that probably has you upset is the one in which I was King Henry VIII and you were Queen Anne Boleyn. Perhaps I shouldn't have cut off your head.
Doesn't it strike you as strange that these guys always tell people they were kings and queens? I mean, you never hear anybody say, oh, I was a toothless peasant. I got hit by a manure truck.
Howard, why can't you just accept it? The man held your spoon and saw our lives intertwined as lovers throughout history.
It's not my spoon. That's Spud's spoon.
Hey, Spud, she found your spoon.
Dad, I just got off the phone with Richie. He spoke to the realtor and we put in an offer on a house. Tell me about it. Well, it's almost big enough and it's almost got a view and we can almost afford it. It's the American dream.
Trout almondine and baby back ribs.
Hey, what happened? Howard Hughes want his nails back?
Well, to tell you the truth, Howard, they were cramping my style. You see, last night I ran into this very fine man, and he asked me if I wanted to go play some tennis. And I said, oh, no, I can't do that. If I do, I might break my nails. Then this morning I ran into another fine man who asked me if I wanted to do some water skiing. I said, oh, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I might break my nails. Right then and there, I decided they had to go, honey, because there were two girls out there with short nails having all of my fun.
Want to go bowling tonight?
Honey, I got a date.
Oh, Rose, I don't have you down for a reservation.
I wasn't coming. I was going home, but Sonny insisted.
Oh, well, let me see if I can find you a table.
Do you have anything near Sonny?
No, that's never a problem.
Thank you very much. Bet you never knew there were so many songs with the word varnish in them. No, there's probably more, but after a while, you lose interest. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I'd like to take care of some personal business. Although she didn't want to come, I asked my mother to be here tonight. Sit down, Mom. I never told you this. Remember when you took me to New York for my audition for Juilliard? We stayed at the Carlisle Hotel. The night before the audition, I was real nervous. So I went down to the lobby so I could slide on the carpet in my new shoes. Well, I slid right past the cocktail lounge. I'll never forget it. I saw Bobby Short at the piano. There he was in his tuxedo playing great music and saying bright, witty things. It touched my soul. I knew then what I was supposed to do. You see, Mom, my mind went blank at my audition for Juilliard because that miserable little kid at the piano wasn't the real me. I am a man, Mom. And maybe someday you'll see that. This song's for you. Because it's what you want me to play. And because I do love you.
Stay tuned for Carol Burnett, right here on Super 18, Wisconsin's Superstation.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. But the main thing I suppose we're not the people not making it big. We know we're doing good now. Can we maybe less than wealthy? But again, we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flow is
Purple haze in my brain. Lately things that seem the same. Acting funny, ha, but I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. Doobie-doo, doobie-doo. Whoa, yeah. Purple haze. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm concluding my musical salute to Jimi Hendrix because of a lack of enthusiasm by you and me. Actually, I think Jimmy would have wanted it that way.
And I got to admire you're going to traffic court to fight this ticket.
Well, you know, I've been thinking about it, and it's my word against the guy driving the fire truck. He said I didn't pull over. I said I did pull over. It just took me 5 blocks.
It took you 5 blocks?
Oh, yeah, I had to wait till the end of the tape. I mean, you can't hear those sirens when Natalie Cole is jump-starting her heart.
Well, tell me this. You gonna give me the silent treatment the rest of our married life? Because if you are, I'll buy a parrot.
I don't want to talk about it.
Just tell me what I did.
You know very well what you did.
If I knew what I'd be asking.
Yes, because you want to use ignorance as a defense, which would work in so many areas, but not this one.
This is typical. You tell me to be more friendly. You tell me to be more open. Then I do. You act like I've broken 5 of the 10 commandments.
6 if you count, thou shalt not say, where'd you get those big blue eyes to the bimbet at the newsstand?
Fine. I won't look at her blue eyes anymore. I'll just think of her as that old blind guy in Kung Fu.
I can't believe you said that with me there.
I say it to her every day. I say, where'd you get those big blue eyes? She says, from looking for a guy like you, and I buy a roll antacid.
I suppose I should be relieved that she forgot to flirt back.
It's nothing.
I don't want to talk about it. Go back to work.
Fine.
Wait.
What?
Antacid.
My beautiful lady, near you, near you. Yeah.
Excuse me, may I sit down?
What for?
My name is Melissa Geller. I've been here for the past few nights listening to you play. You may have noticed me.
When I'm up here, the only thing on my mind's my piano. I just shut everything else out.
I made a lot of requests. I was sitting right over there at the end of the bar.
Oh, you mean by the gorgeous blonde with the mole on her cheek who kept ordering the double martinis with an onion?
Yeah, that was her.
Sorry, can't place you.
That's okay. I wanted to talk to you about a fan club.
No, thanks. I'm already a charter member of the Bullwinkle J. Moose fan club, and until I can figure out how to get that Dakota ring to work, I'm not interested.
So, Sonny, you don't understand. I want to start a fan club, the Sunny Man Fan Club.
Well, you already got a great name for it. Sit down.
By any chance, do either of you have an extra man lying around the house?
I used up my last man yesterday. All I got is Richie, and I usually don't like to lend him out. Unless you've got some good records we could swap for.
The girl I used to live with before Ginger is getting married, and she wants me to be a bridesmaid. But I really don't want to go alone.
Oh, I hate being a bridesmaid. You have to wear those uncomfortable dresses with those awful puffy sleeves and those stupid frilly fronts and those tight, annoying skirts. And it makes me feel like I'm dressed for work.
It's going to be a really big wedding, too. You should see the diamond this guy got her. I think diamonds are probably my favorite stone.
I like emeralds. They go with my eyes. Richie doesn't see it. Well, I like any stone, as long as it's big.
Hey, Ginger, which is your favorite stone?
I'd have to say Mick. We were talking about diamonds and emeralds for wedding rings. You want to know the truth?
If you really love a man and he really loves you, it doesn't matter whether he gives you a ring or not. But if it's me walking down the aisle, it better be diamonds.
I'm going to take a break now, but when I come back, I've got a little treat for you. You all remember Topo Gigio, the little Italian mouse who used to say,
Kiss me goodnight, Eddie.
and Farfel, the dog, who said, chocolate. And Knucklehead Smith, who used to say, yes, sir, Mr. Winkle. Well, they'll all be part of my special salute to out-of-work puppet. Sarai.
Hi, Nancy. Is Howard around?
Oh, he's working. What do you want?
Well, he looked so miserable when he was with you at the newsstand before that I thought I'd bring him a little gift to cheer him up.
Why are you so interested in Howard's happiness?
Well, he always seems interested in my life, and I don't know, he's just a cute guy.
A cute married guy, so back off.
Wait a minute, Howard's not married. At least he doesn't wear a ring.
Well, he doesn't like jewelry, either to get it or to give it. But as it happens, Howard is married to me.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Well, didn't you read it in the hotel newsletter? It was there a few weeks ago.
Well, yes, but we all sort of thought you put that in there as a joke.
The joke's on you, sister. He's mine, all mine. Now take your gift and skedaddle.
Listen, why don't you go ahead and give this to him? I think he needs a little more cheering up than I imagined.
Do you have any idea what it's like being married to a sex symbol?
Wait a minute. Is this one of those tricks like, do you think I'm fit to live with pigs?
No, it's a fact of life. One of these days, Howard's going to be attracted to a girl with taste. Women are just drawn to Howard. Young, nubile women. How am I supposed to compete?
I don't think you can.
Howard? Howard is a sex symbol?
Oh, don't tell me you haven't noticed. It's not you I'm worried about. Howard's a sucker for statuesque blondes. Unfortunately, God has made some of us blondes more statuesque than others.
Some of you are hardly blonde at all.
Roots?
I'd check them.
Yes, Dr. Hochhauser, please. This is for an initial consultation. Oh, yes, I'll hold.
Hey, heard a great joke today, Nancy. 3 pygmies walk into a singles bar.
I'm on the phone. Yes, I'd like to make an appointment with Dr. Hochhauser for a consultation. Oh, yes, Thursday at 11 will be fine. Oh, my name is Nancy Beebe. Yes, thank you. Bye.
So the first pygmy walks up to this chick and says, hey, what's your sign? And she says, wait a minute, Dr. Hochhauser. Sounds familiar.
Oh, please, Sonny, don't strain yourself with thought.
But I know that name.
So, what happened to the second pygmy?
Oh, yeah. So the second pygmy walks up to a chick and says, hey, what's your sign? Now I remember, he's the plastic surgeon I saw about getting Kirk Douglas's chin. Gonna have some plastic surgery, huh, Nancy? What you gonna have done?
The pygmies, Sonny, the pygmies.
Oh, that's a good place to start. What about your nose? Might as well get that done, too.
This is none of your business. Besides, it happens to be a serious personal matter, and I would appreciate your giving it the respect it deserves.
Hey, want to trim your honker? My hat's off to you.
You're watching It's a Living, right here on Super 18, Wisconsin's Super Station.
Come out of the water. She was as nervous as she could be. She was afraid to come out of the water. She was afraid that somebody would see.
2, 3, 4, tell the people what you want.
It was an itsy-bitsy teeny-weeny yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today. An itsy-bitsy teeny-weeny yellow polka dot bikini. So in the water she wanted to stay. Doesn't that carry you back? Can't you just see Frankie sitting on a beach blanket with a Ned sharing a Coke? I always envied him. Ned was such a cheap date.
I don't want to have that ticket on my record, but I don't want to go to traffic school either.
You know why? It's just 8 hours on a Saturday.
For someone with my social commitments, 8 hours on a Saturday is doing hard time.
It's not that bad.
Don't tell me. Girl, I had to go to traffic school back in Buffalo. I sat there while some guy in a bad suit called me a violator all day.
Ginger. This is so
Southern California, where there are any number of schools to choose from. There is the Nouvelle Cuisine traffic school. There is the Workout While You Wait traffic school. I myself have been to the Clown traffic school.
You're joking.
Been there twice. They make you walk around wearing these cardboard boxes with coffee cans as headlines, and every time you break a traffic rule, the instructor honks his nose.
Of all the stupid things that go on around here, that's got to be the worst.
Have you seen the Dodgers lately?
Hi, Sonny.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's someone I'd like you to meet, the president of the Sunny Man Fan Club. Somebody applaud. Hey, I've been thinking about the club T-shirts. On the front, a picture of me smiling. On the back, a picture of me frowning. Sort of shows the gamut of emotions I run in my song.
Sounds great, but we don't have the money for T-shirts, Sonny.
Take it out of the dues.
There aren't any dues. We don't have any members.
Well, we're just starting out. It takes a while to get these things going.
You're so right. And to get the ball rolling, we're having another promotional dinner at my place tomorrow.
We had a promotional dinner at your place last night. Is it just going to be you and me again?
Come on, there were other people there.
They were your parents. They just sat there all night long and said, so how long have you known I'm Melissa?
My mother thinks you're cute.
Other clubs have hundreds of members.
Maybe it's easier for them because they're centered around someone who's likable.
That's no excuse. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe somebody else should be the president.
That's our problem, Sonny. There isn't anybody else. I'll keep trying.
Well, ask your friends.
If I had any friends, do you think I would be president of the Sunny Man Fan Club?
I don't know why you want to go to this wedding anyway, Amy.
What do you have against weddings, Howard?
Well, I was in one recently.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Look, Amy, if you're really stuck for a date, I know a lot of cute guys. Maybe you could go with one of them.
Oh, Dot, thanks, but I don't think so. The men you go out with are usually after one thing.
Hey, Amy, your wildest fantasy is about to come true. I'll take you to the wedding.
Sonny, in my wildest fantasy, you're not even on the Dallas Cowboys scout team.
Hey, I'm not going to put the move on you, Amy. I want to stake out one of the bridesmaids. They're always pushovers.
Don't count on it, Sonny. Remember, we're living in the 80s.
I hate the 80s. I wish we could go back to the old days when safe sex meant you didn't date the wife of a longshoreman.
So what kind of traffic school did you go to?
It was the famous Stars Look-alike Traffic School, and my teacher was Diana Ross. Stop in the name of love.
Ladies, your vocation awaits. Get your dirndls out on that floor. Be right out. Oh, Ginger, before you leave, I've been having some thoughts about a personal matter.
Nancy, is this going to be long? Because if this is going to be long, maybe you ought to talk to Jan.
No, I'll try to be brief. If there was some aspect of your being that might be found wanting, would you change it for a man?
No.
Even if it means he might develop a wandering eye?
Nancy, any man that wants me is going to have to take me as I am.
She's right. Of course. She's absolutely right. Any man that wants me has to take me the way I am.
Hear that, guys?
Above the top. Not at the moment. May I take a message? Dr. Hockhauser needs her medical history in order to schedule surgery. Yeah, I got it. Thanks. Surgery? That was Nancy's doctor.
Nancy needs surgery?
Gee, the way Nancy hates doctors, there must be something seriously wrong.
Maybe that's why she was talking crazy earlier.
Good news for you ladies. I figured out how to keep the Sunny Man Fan Club going. Melissa's out and you're in. As charter members of the club, you're entitled to the Sunny Man T-shirt, Sunny Man potholders, and reserved seats for the annual boat trip.
Boat trip?
Yeah, I know a guy in the Neptune Society. I think I can work out a deal.
Sonny, did you know about Nancy having surgery?
Sure. Now, you can pay your dues in quarterly
Wait a minute.
installments.
You knew that Nancy was having surgery and you didn't tell any of us?
Hey, what difference does it make? Surgery's probably not going to do any good anyway.
How can you be so cold?
Come on, we're talking about Nancy. Who cares about some dumb surgery when we're talking about the biggest event of my career? I think I'll go ask Nancy if she feels up to stuffing some envelopes.
Do you think there's anything we can do to help Nancy?
Well, we can be supportive, I guess.
Good idea. We can help her through this.
Look, if you're thinking about cheering Nancy up, don't bother telling her the story about your Uncle Harlan and the chainsaw.
That wasn't surgery. That was an accident. And he can still play Bringing in the Sheaves on the Black Keys. Hi, Nancy. Hi. Oh, you look good today, Nancy.
Compared to what?
Nancy, we know about the surgery, and if there's anything that we can do to help...
Well, you can drop it. I've decided not to have surgery.
Oh, Nancy, if the doctors think they can help you, you've got to let them try.
Nancy, you have to go through with this, please.
What is this? What are you trying to say?
Nancy, if you won't think about yourself, then do it for us. Hey, we've grown used to seeing that same face day after day.
Right, do it for us.
Put a cork in it, Bumpkin. If I wouldn't do it for Howard, I certainly won't do it for you.
Nancy, I know you're afraid of doctors, but this is much too important to ignore.
Nancy, when something is broken, you get it fixed.
Doctors are performing great miracles today, Nancy. Just let them help you, please.
Oh, I see. You're trying to make yourselves feel better by making sport of my physical inadequacies. Well, I hate your prettier-than-thou attitude.
Nancy, what are you talking about? We're not making fun of you. We want you to have this surgery because we're worried about your health.
My health? There's nothing wrong with my health.
You mean you're not sick? Physically?
Why, heavens, no. I was entertaining the foolish notion of getting some plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery? You mean there's nothing wrong with you?
Well, no, I'm fine. Well, I guess I should actually thank you all for your concern. I mean, I realize now that each one of you, in your own way, was really trying to express some very real feelings for me.
I guess we were.
But does this mean the plastic surgery is definitely out? Just checking.
Sugar. Oh, honey, honey. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Oh, honey. Yeah, sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Boy, that was good. You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's sad when you think after all these years that no one has filled the musical void left by the Archies.
Sonny, we have to talk.
Oh, yeah, I know. Look, I made a mistake when I called you last night and said I was going on my European tour. I want you to come back as president of my fan club.
It's too late, Sonny. I'm leaving you.
What do you mean too late? No, I got great ideas how to get new members. We give $1.50 away with every Sunny Man Fan Club t-shirt.
Give away $1.50?
Yeah, well, I don't want to give away any more. I mean, we don't want to appear desperate.
Sonny, you're hurting my arm. I'm sorry, Sonny. It's too late. I'm busy with another project now. Here.
What's this?
Some flyers for the Anthony Newley Fan Club. Please hand them out when you get a chance.
Anthony Newley? Why would you want to join the Anthony Newley Fan Club?
You hurt me, and I want to be alone.
Hey, I thought of a guy you could take to the wedding with you. You speak Spanish?
I'm not going to go to the wedding.
Why not?
Well, when I thought back, I remembered what it was I didn't like about my roommate.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like her or her friends. All those highfalutin Eastern prep school girls named Muffy, Buffy, and Puffy, always treating me like I was some ignorant hillbilly. Well, I ain't putting up with none of that know-how.
Right on, Ellie Mae.
This is for you.
A Twinkie, Howard? You're offering me a Twinkie?
It's a cannoli.
An Italian Twinkie, big deal.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about it, and I want to apologize. Guess I was flirting with that girl at the newsstand. I'm just not used to being married yet.
Oh, Howard, thank you for your apology. Look, I know how difficult it is for you to change, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, well, it's getting easier. In fact, I'm going to break the date I have with her on Thursday. It's a joke. Eat the Twinkie.
Milwaukee.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I love is cheer not the people die. Believe me, we know we're doing okay.
Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have blamed you for the Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? I can't go on with this charade. I happen to know the reason for that strangeness in the Mona Lisa's smile, and it's enough to turn any red-blooded American stomach. Hang on to your easels, art lovers. Recent research has shown that the person who posed for the Mona Lisa was none other than Leonardo da Vinci himself. That's right. La Gioconda, loosely translated, means the flaming one. Hey, Dot, guess what I'm doing tonight?
No.
You don't want to guess because you're thinking it involves sex, right?
Right.
Why are you always selling me short?
Because I've known you for years.
Okay, fair enough. Well, look, this is different. I decided to take up a nice, quiet hobby to occupy my time, so I am taking an art class.
Well, then I'm sorry I jumped to conclusions. Some friends of mine paint and say that it's quite relaxing. So what are you using, oils, watercolors?
Who cares? There are going to be naked babes posing at this class. Nude. Thinking I might try finger paints and tracing paper.
You're slime, Sonny.
Artistic slime.
Hey, Ginger, how was the Michael Jackson concert last night?
Oh, I had a good time.
Well, you sounded.
Hey, what can I say? You know it's hard getting Michael's attention from the back row.
Jan, you ever had a pen pal?
Let me see. Almost. First grade. It was United Nations Month, and Mrs. Fenton had us all write to kids in different countries. I wrote to somebody in Lapland. Never got an answer. Maybe, I like snow. Do you? Was not a catchy enough opening line.
I haven't told anyone yet, but I've had a pen pal for about a year. Someone I've never met.
What did you write about?
Oh, things and stuff.
Guess you don't get many replies either.
Actually, Ernie writes me once a week like clockwork. His letters are really pretty.
What do you know about this guy?
Just that he's 28 and he's got blue eyes.
Sounds good so far.
Yeah, there's a little part of me that thinks I could really fall for this guy.
Wait a minute. You mean you two write mushy, gushy type romantic things?
Of course not. If I did that, I'd be much too embarrassed to meet him tomorrow.
Aha, the plot thickens. Let me know what happens.
I will. Should be quite an occasion for Ernie, what with him being released today and all.
Should be.
Hey, Jan, has Rich ever that thought?
Released? What do you mean, released? Released from what?
Prison.
You mean you've been writing as a convict?
Jan, he's paid his debt to society.
Exactly how much did he owe?
5 years with time off for good behavior.
You know, I am all for rehabilitation and accepting these people back into society.
That's exactly how I feel.
At the same time, let us not forget the high rate of recidivism.
Oh, I won't. I mean, I can't. What is that?
It's a tendency to relapse into a previous condition of criminal behavior. Don't you ever watch Simon & Simon?
Yeah, but I don't take notes.
Oh, Howard, I just...
It's not a good day for this, Nancy. I'm in a foul mood.
It's not a good day for what? All I said was, oh, Howard.
Said it with a woman's mouth.
I had no choice.
That's a typical feminist response. That's exactly what she said. I had no choice.
Who? Who said those horrible words to you?
Name's Rita Von Zant. Great-looking babe, even though the 80s have turned her brain into oatmeal. She sued my men's club for membership and won.
Men's club? You never mentioned a men's club.
It's no big deal. 25 of us rent a storefront, play some cards, shoot some pool, watch divorce court, and root for the husbands to win. That's what we told Rita. Now she's a brother. Go figure.
1 woman and 25 men. Where did you say the clubhouse was?
Forget it, Nancy.
I'll let you in my club.
I don't think I could stand the initiation.
Standing has nothing to do with it.
Jan, how well do you get along with your in-laws?
As well as anybody else, I guess.
Which is?
They look at me and think Richie could have done better. I look at them and know what they're thinking. Then we make polite conversation. Why?
Well, it's just that Jason's parents have wanted to meet me for weeks. I finally ran out of excuses. They're coming over. I don't know what to do with them.
Why not invite Richie and I over? Maybe you can persuade him to do a Giselle McKenzie imitation. Give you folks something to talk about after we're gone.
No, thank you. You don't have to come over. I'll just tell them that you suggested, and that ought to get the ball rolling.
Dorothy. I'm sorry, Nancy. It's just instructions on how to take some life-saving medication that I need.
Dot, it's me.
What do you think of this car?
I think you're going to need a really big glass of water to get it down.
Come on, I'm thinking about buying it.
What's the matter with the car you've got?
It needs an oil change.
Oh, well, then I can see why you're getting rid of it. That could cost, what, $10, $15? This car's only...
What are you doing looking at a $30,000 car? I'd look great in this.
I hope so. You're going to have to sleep in it.
I knew I shouldn't have shown you this. You're just going to spoil all my fun.
No, I'm not. You want to buy that car? Go ahead.
What kind of an answer is that? I depend on you to talk me out of things. Go ahead. You better shape up, sister.
Hey, Ginger, you look like someone who'd like to do me a favor.
Better look again, Sonny.
Okay. I'm on a break. Maybe I can do you a favor. How would you like to make $35 an hour to just stand around doing nothing?
Sonny, I don't believe in getting something for nothing.
But you can. Got my first art class tonight. I'm a little nervous about it. I like to sketch someone before I work with the real models. You could just slip off your clothes.
You got the wrong girl.
I can accept that. Can you tell me who's the right girl? I'm gonna go get some coffee. Don't say anything bad about me while I'm gone.
Now that'd be a waste.
Amy, when Ernie gets into town, is he coming to our place?
Yeah.
His parole officer better be coming with him.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I don't want to have to lock up my valuables. You know, it is not likely that he's going to want to take your velvet Elvis.
Well, keep an eye on him. She's coming over for tea.
I see. Little tea, little sympathy. Next thing you know, you have service for 7.5.
Jan, you still have a bug up your nose about me seeing this guy?
I'm sorry, Amy. I'm a mother trained in the ancient art of worrying.
Well, there is nothing to worry about. Ernie has assured me that he's a changed man. He's 28 and he's got blue eyes. For God's sakes, he's paid his debt to society.
Is this above the top?
Yes, it is, sir. We're closed right now, but if you could just come back tomorrow.
I'm looking for Amy Tompkins. Could you tell her that Ernie Hatcher's here?
Ernie? You're Ernie?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you two probably want to be alone. Keep your eye on Elvis.
Ernie, I'm Amy.
I couldn't wait until tomorrow to meet you, so, well, ta-da!
You sure you're Ernie?
I don't think many people would want to pretend to be me. Why?
Well, for one, you look just a tad older than 28.
Well, I did shave a few years off in the letters.
How many?
About 30.
30 years.
All right, 33. But you got to understand, guys on the inside have pen pals on the outside all the time. We say we're 20, they say they're 20, then we get out and meet, and everybody's fat and 50. I was sort of hoping that you were lying, too.
Everything I said was the truth.
You think we might still be friends?
I don't know. I got to think about this.
Yeah, I understand. This is my telephone number at the halfway house. Call me if you want to.
I got to be frank with you, Ernie. I'm not sure I'm going to call. I mean, from the way you described yourself in the letter, I was expecting someone like Paul Newman. You're old enough to be my daddy.
So's Paul Newman.
Hey, what happened with Amy and Ernie today? Did they have tea?
Honey, I don't know. I left the house early. Amy was in one of her moods.
Which moods?
Oh, you know the one where she gets real snippety and starts quoting from the book of Snyder. Everything was raccoon this, armadillo that. That's too many animals in the house for me.
Jan? Oh, good, you're here. Look, I decided you were right. $30,000 is too much for me to pay for a car.
I said you should buy that car.
But I knew what you meant, so I went out today and I looked at cars I can't afford, and I got it narrowed down to either a Chevy, a Ford, a Chrysler, Honda, Toyota, or a Hyundai.
You didn't like the Mazda?
Or Mazda. Hi, Ginger. Try to give somebody a helping hand. What do? They bite your fingers off.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and stare. You look like rabbits caught in the sights of a possum gun.
She brought them animals to work with her. Amy, give the man a break. He's just trying to get used to life on the outside.
I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at myself. When he was living in a den of thieves, it's impossible for him to tell the truth. What'd I expect?
Did Ernie ever steal cars? What? Well, I figured that a car thief would know what model is really reliable.
Your car is reliable.
Well, it's been reliable too long, and I'm tired of it. Can't keep pretending that the little skunk deodorizer on my mirror smells like new leather.
Doc, some of these cars are not made in America.
So?
So? Jobs are so. Families are so. The American way of life is so.
This also comes in a light metallic blue.
Ooh, that'd be pretty.
And I get it with an American radio.
Makes me want to salute the flag.
Brown bagging it, Howard?
Oh, my men's club meeting ran a little late. Didn't have time for supper.
Oh. Well, did you men find a legal way to boot that Rita person out? You know, sometimes I think the women's movement goes too far.
You're right, except in Rita's case, we made her a lifetime member.
The court decision must have you running scared.
Not really. It's a good decision. Turns out she used to be a fan dancer. She brought in her fans today.
Cheap trick.
Very cheap. She won everybody's respect with it.
Something like that could set the women's movement back for years.
Well, lucky for us, Rita doesn't consider herself to be a member of the woman's movement.
Oh, and what does she consider herself to be?
Party girl.
It's the 80s, Howard. Be sure to wear your party hat.
Hey, Doc, want to see what I drew last night?
No, thanks.
Oh, it's not what you think it is. I'm on a break. For the first class, we had to draw Atlas. Two naked guys showed up holding beach balls. I'm telling you, Doc, there's some things in life that should never be drawn. So you want to see this sketch?
All right, Sonny. Sonny, this is an atlas?
I know. I decided to draw Atlas's sister. That's South America.
Jan, the Precious Mountain, I'm meeting Jason's parents tonight, and I still got stage fright.
First of all, let him know right off the bat that you're not interested in getting married. You see, that'll catch the mother off guard, and then she'll throw out the first 25 questions she was going to ask you. Oh, and don't worry about the father, because once you've smiled at him, he's going to be calling you Honey Bunch.
He called me Honey Bunch on the phone.
You're home free.
Amy, I know you're angry. Don't say a word. I just want to give you something.
Ernie, I can't believe that you would... What is this?
This is string tie. I made it in jail. Going here from Texas, I figured it'd go with most of your clothes.
Ernie, that's really sweet. You know, I was going to call you. I decided if the authorities can give you another chance, so can I. So let's do something together tomorrow.
Well, I'd love to, but tomorrow I've got to look for a job.
Oh, then I'll drive you around.
But,
No buts. It's settled. We're going to find you a job, something you're good at. What'd you do in prison?
I was on the escape committee. Just kidding.
Amy, we gotta talk. Hey, Dad, we're back. You're gonna help me. Ernie and I just robbed a liquor store.
You just robbed a liquor store? Are you sure?
It's hard to be uncertain about something like that.
Just tell us exactly what happened.
But if she tells us, won't we have to testify against her in court?
Court? I'm just scared to go to court. Why court?
Well, occasionally the authorities frown on something like this.
All right, here's how it went. I picked Ernie up, and we went to look for a job.
The proper lingo is to pull a job.
I didn't know that's what we were doing at the time, Dot. Well, we went to a bunch of places, and then we saw this help wanted sign in front of a liquor store. So Ernie and I went in, and Ernie stopped to talk to the owner, and I went to the back of the store to find some pimento loaves so we could make some little fancy sandwiches.
Amy, finish the story.
Okay, then Ernie said, let's go. And we ran and we jumped in the car. Then the owner comes hauling out of the liquor store, waving his arm, saying, stop, thief!
And that's when it dawned on you.
Oh, not quite yet.
I can understand that. Stop thief could mean any number of things.
Well, by this time I had to get to work, so Ernie and I drove here together, and that's when he told me what he had done. And I just left him down in my station wagon, and I ran up here.
Maybe he really was lying about the robbery, and all he wants to do is steal your car.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I don't think you can count on it. Amy, you're going to have to call the police.
The police? Won't they arrest me? I couldn't take that. I've seen that movie, Women Behind Bars.
This isn't your fault. You were a victim.
No, I drove Ernie to the liquor store. I went in with him. I left with him. I even waved to the owner. I look guilty of sin.
Well, what do you think you should do?
Well, first, I'm going to get up my courage, and then I am going to call the police. And then I'm going to get me some of that limited immunity I've been hearing so much about.
Amy, are you all right?
Why do you ask? I mean, can't a person just wait on tables without feeling like they're under a microscope? Oh, sure, I spilled some soup on a customer's lap. Big deal. Does that make me a common criminal? Or are you just going to string me up without a trial?
Oh, darn, you guessed.
Amy, you called the cops yet?
Not quite yet. Do you happen to know the number?
Try 1-800-BUST-ME.
Dad, I've been hanging some of my artwork. When are you going to come up to my place and see my etchings?
Hell freezes over.
Jan's already penciled in for that day. How about Tuesday?
Sonny, I don't have time for this. You're just going to show me your etchings and then try something disgusting.
Hey, if you're in a hurry, we can try something disgusting first. Hey, watch the hands. I'm an artist.
You have an Amy Tompkins working for you.
But yes, is something wrong?
I'd like to talk to her, please.
Boy, that was fast. I just hung up. Where y'all when they throw those noisy parties next door to me?
Are you Amy Tompkins?
Yes, sir. You can take me away now.
Your car's downstairs, double parked in a red zone with the emergency lights on. Move it or get towed.
They get here so soon they don't even want to ask any questions? He didn't seem to know anything about it. He just told me my car was downstairs and I better move it.
Well, if your car's downstairs, I wonder where Ernie is.
I don't know. Ernie's upstairs.
There she is, that's her.
Don't worry, I'll go quietly.
You're not in any trouble, Amy. I already cleared it with the police. I just couldn't leave you holding the bag. I got this weird pang of conscience about getting you involved.
Well, you should have had that pang before you robbed the liquor store.
Oh, sure. Why don't you just tell them everything? I'm just kidding. Amy, I'm sorry I let you down.
Ernie, you let yourself down.
So long, Amy.
Bye, Ernie. You take care of yourself, okay? Ernie, my car keys.
Oh. Yeah.
Bye. You'll be happy to know I'm not getting any foreign car. Well, I'm proud of you. What are you getting? I'm keeping my old car. I mean, what is a car anyway? It's just something to get you from place to place. Yes. I'm not getting caught up in that status thing. I'm just going to get some new floor mats and some sheepskins. Maybe a Mercedes key ring.
With all the excitement, I forgot to ask you, what happened with Jason's parents last night?
They rang the bell. Amy answered the door. They screamed. By the time I came in, they were so relieved to see me. Girl, it was a piece of cake.
Well, Howard, how was the men's club meeting tonight?
Disappointing. Rita didn't show.
Oh, did she catch cold after the last performance?
No, she quit. One of the guys works in the girlies club. He got her a job there.
Well, good riddance to bad rubbish.
Oh, you're wrong, Nancy. She was great rubbish.
Halftime.
Wisconsin Superstation. Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz, but the main thing I suppose is we're not the people now. Believe me, we know we're doing okay. Can we maybe less than wealthy, but then again we're young and healthy, and anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way. The traffic flow
Many is the time that we feasted. Many is the time that we fasted. Oh, well, it was swell while it lasted. We did have fun and no harm done. And thanks for the memories. Sunburn at the shore that night in Singapore. You au revoir, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I love that song. Kind of takes you right back to the 1984 Bob Ho-Ho Hope's 35th Jolly Christmas Hour with the Associated Press All-American Football Team. Doesn't it?
I don't know what to do. Richie says that Ellen is too young to go to a Madonna concert.
Well, that's because Richie doesn't understand that when Madonna sings with no clothes on about doing things with boys till all hours of the night, she really doesn't mean anything by it.
That's what I told him. I don't understand why he's threatened by that when it's okay for Charlie to go hear a Beastie Boys concert and listen to them sing about standing on the corner drinking beer with guns in their pockets.
Well, Richie's just got to learn that good music is good music.
Oh, Amy, I forgot to tell you, a friend of yours is in my acting class.
Really? Who?
His name is Kevin Armstrong. Ring a bell?
Pinch of nerves, more like it.
He mentioned that you guys dated for a while, and I wondered if you still cared about him.
No. Why?
I kind of like him and wanted to know if you'd mind if I went out with him.
Dot, if you want to go out with a drip like Kevin, that's your business.
Oh, good. Because I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks now.
Well, if you've already been seeing him, why ask me now?
Well, I didn't think I needed to ask until it looked like it might get serious.
Dot, if you want to get involved with a selfish, egotistical, conniving, low-down polecat, that's all right with me.
Well, that's as good as any blessing I ever got from my father.
Oh, I need a table set for 8. There's a reunion of rough women.
Ooh, a group of biker girls.
It's the Radical Ultra Feminist Front. They were one of the first women's groups.
Oh, yes, they were manning the barricades when Betty Friedan was still selling Mary Kay.
Hey, Ginger, let me ask you something. What would you say if I told you that I was going out with your ex-boyfriend?
I'd say that you were trying to get back at your parents for everything they've ever done to you.
Let me put it another way. What do you think of Dot going out with my ex-boyfriend?
Well, if it's X as in exit, what's the big deal? Besides, if he went out with you, he's not exactly damaged goods.
Oh, good evening. Hi. Hi.
Evening. We're the Radical Ultra Feminist Front, and we have reservations.
I bet you do. A little joke.
We are a very serious organization, and we would like to be treated that way.
My apologies. Walk this way. Seriously.
Evening. How you doing tonight? Hey, anyone ever tell you those are incredibly attractive get-ups you have? Like the rough button. You go through life thinking you're alone, then you meet someone else who likes Dennis the Menace's dog. What a night, huh?
Our UFF stands for Radical Ultra Feminist Front.
Hey, dig it. I just broke up with a chick who started a group called Lesbians for Reagan. You heard of them? She's a nice kid. We didn't hit her up politically, if you know what I mean.
Look, our group doesn't have anything to do with any other group, and it is obvious that you don't know anything about our movement.
Hey, that's where you're wrong. I understand where you feminists are coming from, and I agree. Most men are worthless, cheap pigs who will say or do anything to jump in the sack. We're talking disgusting. But not me. No, and to prove the enormous respect I have for women, I'd like to dedicate this next song to all you chicks out there. Especially you. Having my baby.
Ginger, I'd like to talk to you, girl to girl.
Okay, which one are you going to be?
The one with 2 choices. My college reunion in Boston is coming up, and...
Oh, really? What year?
Would you please let me get to the part that matters?
25 years?
I'm trying to decide if I should take Howard. Now, on the one hand, one doesn't like to go to these festivities unescorted.
Yeah, that could look pretty bad. Is it 30 years?
On the other hand, if I do take Howard...
Let me guess. There's a boy by the name of Snooky.
Randy, actually. We were college chums, in the biblical sense.
It was that long ago.
I'm sure he's going to be there. Now, suppose Randy is still...
Randy.
Exactly. He was on the rowing team. You know what I mean?
I think you got to take Howard.
Oh, I'm afraid you're right. Any suggestions about how I should go about asking him?
If you can get him to the altar, you can get him to Boston.
Howard, how would you like to accompany me to Boston for my college reunion?
I'd love to if I thought it was going to be any fun. No, Nancy, I don't think so.
Well, come on, Howard, do it for me.
Well, I'll think about it. If I go, this isn't going to embarrass me, is it? I mean, you aren't some kind of team mascot or anything.
Oh, you have nothing to worry about. After my testimony, the whole team was kicked out of school.
From watching the four of you all evening, it's obvious you're being treated like indentured servants. Miss, more bread. Are you always overworked this way?
Pretty much.
Management would never have gotten away with this if they'd hired waiters. You might be right. Where is the manager?
Probably in the kitchen playing slap and tickle.
They're being taken advantage of. You forgot the butter, dear. Tell me, has the sexual harassment started yet?
Just for the chef.
You need proper protection here. I mean, look at that uniform. How dare they exploit you that way? Well, look here. She's obviously a size 9, and they've crammed her into a size 5.
I am poured into a size 7, and if anything is overflowing, well, that's my choice.
You know, your problem is that you've been taught to cater to men's fantasies.
I don't have any problems. Jan's got problems. Jan, go ahead. Tell them about the Beastie Boys while I'll go and get the girls some more bread.
I'll help.
Jan.
I'm just having a little argument with my husband right now, that's all.
Oh, there are no little arguments.
It's nothing. It's not like he won't let me vote or anything. It's nothing. He's just setting different standards for our daughter and for our son. We can handle it.
Oh, obviously you can't, or you wouldn't allow that. Now, Jan, sometimes you have to put men in their place and be forceful if necessary.
I've tried that, but it gets them excited.
Try it in a pea coat with a hammer.
You don't date much, do you?
Hi, Amy. Hi. What you reading? Rod McEwen. It's called Listen to the Warm. He's so deep.
That is too weird. Kevin gave me that book last week.
That figures. He gave me this one, too. Boy, he has a way of making you feel important, doesn't he? Oh, is that your... It's no special occasion, just one to say I love you card?
He gave you the same card?
Hope you like those little jellied watermelons, because that's what's coming next week.
Why are you doing this? I thought you didn't care if I went out with Kevin.
Oh, I don't care. See, at first Kevin bought me books and cards and thoughtful little gifts, too. But pretty soon, the giving stopped and the taking started.
Look, Amy.
I don't mind.
Fine.
He'd borrow money, eat my food, take whatever he could use. And he'd always claim it was because he was an out-of-work actor. Oh, finally, he got this little bit part, and he promised to take me to Easter brunch at the Hilton. Instead, he blew the money on cufflinks with those stupid masks that actors like.
Careful, I have a pen with those masks.
I gave that man my all. I mean my all. Your all? Well, my all that he was going to get. And he just used me. I mean, every day I'd wish something awful would happen to him, like he'd step in cow pies. And I just don't want you to have to think the way I did.
Well, I don't want to think like you either, Amy.
Oh, good. Well, that's settled. Listen, you'll be much better off.
Nothing's settled. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to see Kevin. As a matter of fact, I'm taking him to San Francisco for the weekend.
says this soup still isn't hot enough.
Make it any hotter, it'll burn her tongue.
Yeah, do that.
It's the fourth time you've done that, Amy. Either cough up something real or speak up.
You know, Dot, every night before I go to sleep, I make a little list of things to do the next day. Well, last night I found myself writing down stuff like, put a dead fish in Dot's locker. That's not really what I want to do. What I really want to do is apologize. I'm sorry, Dot. I mean, your trip to San Francisco is your business. It's not mine.
We're not going.
Oh, I hope it's nothing I said.
Kevin's got a chance to be first alternate on the Days of Our Lives softball team. Could be a big career move.
We're going to San Francisco next weekend. Howard, you using all those trout?
Good evening. How is everybody?
Quite well. And you?
Fine. You'll be relieved to know that when I went home last night, my husband agreed to let our daughter go to concerts and movies by herself and to have the same rights our son has.
All the same rights?
Yes. Well, as it turns out, she's not that interested in cruising down Van Nuys Boulevard yelling, "Hey, Rico, yo mama."
Well, look who's back, my beautiful bevy of beauties. You know, I gotta tell you, you chicks, or should I say, foxes, sure look huggable tonight.
Excuse me. I'll take care of him. You know, some people find what you're doing contemptible.
Hey, it's just my sense of humor. I hope you don't mind my busting your, shall we say, chops.
Oh, no, it's cute in an obnoxious sort of way.
That's how I operate. It's called charm.
Yeah, well, acting like that's going to get your face slapped 9 times out of 10.
True, but put me in a room with 1,000 babes, I scored 100.
I wish I could make you understand just what it feels like to be treated like a piece of meat.
I'd like to learn.
Really?
I want to be vulnerable. Can you teach me that one?
I can try. Call me later. I'm Karen Cooley. I'm in room 1138.
Unbelievable. 1138? That's my lucky number. I was born November 38th.
Howard, I want to apologize for even suggesting that I drag you to this college reunion. To sit around with a bunch of people you don't even know, talking about times you weren't a part of.
I was going to bring my Walkman.
Howard, you're going to hate this reunion. They're going to make you be in the three-legged race or the baby look-alike contest.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I suddenly realized that my past is going to be at this reunion. I don't know if you want to meet him.
You mean I wasn't here first? Come on, Nancy, our relationship has changed. We're a couple now, and that's the sad truth. Not at work, not at work.
Ginger, I've done the impossible.
Touch your forehead with your tongue?
No, I've given up trying. No, I got a date with a cute little blonde from the women's group.
You're dating a feminist.
Yeah, she's gonna rehabilitate me, and I'm gonna let her. Here's my game plan. I bring 2 bottles of wine. One to loosen her up, the other to make me a blur. Hopefully she gets the spins, at which point I show her my vulnerability.
What if she passes out?
Better yet.
You passed your psychology courses. Is there anything such as a nympho-sexo-kleptomaniac?
Listen, I know you're upset about Dot and Kevin, but if you don't like him anymore, why does it bother you so much that she's seeing him?
Because it's stupid of her, too. And I hate having stupid friends. It's just a bad reflection on me.
Come on, Dot's a big girl. There's nothing you can do about it.
There's one thing I can do about it. To keep her from being a total mule's patoot. Where you going? I'm gonna call Kevin. He fell for me once. Maybe if I strut my stuff, I can get him to fall for me again.
Ginger, I need to talk. I'm on a break. I'm having feelings and I hate it. That rough chick.
I told you wouldn't get anywhere with her.
This has never happened to me in my entire professional dating career.
You mean you did get anywhere with her?
She's the only one who got what she wanted. I feel cheap and used. She didn't want to talk. She didn't want the wine. She wouldn't even let me beg. I need my begging time. It's part of my process.
I don't need to know this.
First time in my life, I didn't enjoy myself. I felt like a jerk. I don't know how to fake it. She had her way with me and kicked me out and gave me cab fare.
You've done the same thing before.
I have not. Can I help it if they never have change for a 50?
So not only did my husband apologize to my daughter for treating her differently than my son, but he drove her to the concert himself.
Wait a minute. Does he also drive your son to the concerts?
No, Charlie usually takes a bus.
Sexism rears its ugly head. So he won't let her take the bus.
Ellen doesn't want to take the bus. She says it smells like a bus.
Her husband's just putting up a smokescreen, pretending to be a chauffeur when he's really a chauvinist.
Listen, I'm all for what you people are doing. I mean, I can see the change that the movement has made in my life, but please, don't make assumptions about my husband. Richie tries. He tries to help around the house. He even tries to help with the budget. Come to think of it, I never take the garbage out.
What's the big deal about your husband taking out the garbage?
Actually, the kids do it, but he's the one who has to bug them. The point is, if there are women's issues worth fighting for, I'm going to fight for them. And so will Richie. There isn't a football game on that day.
I just got a call. Kevin dumped me. Doesn't want to see me anymore because he's going back with some old girlfriend.
You mean Amy really called him?
What makes you think it's Amy?
No reason. I didn't say anything.
You said Amy. Don't you think I know what you mean when you say Amy? Now, what did you mean?
Dot, look, I'm not getting involved in this. If you want to ask Amy about calling up Kevin to see if he was willing to go back with her, you're just going to have to ask her yourself because I'm not talking.
Thanks a lot, Amy. Just couldn't stand to see me happy with Kevin, huh? What are you talking about? He just dumped me for an old girlfriend, and Jan said that you called him, and that's a pretty look. Well, I called, but he wasn't at home. His answering machine was on, and I hung up. I don't believe that. Oh, come on, Dot. Every girl in L.A. does that to their ex-boyfriends. You call them, you listen to their message, you hang up, and you imitate how corny they sound. Not me. I hate Kevin's message anyways. Good evening. Sorry, I'm not in my cave right now. What a jerk. I'm just sorry I gave you such a hard time about going out with him. No, it's okay. You tried to warn me. Oh, I wasn't really trying to warn you. I guess I was just afraid he would like you more than he liked me. The important thing is that we're okay. I mean, it's almost funny. Think how close we came to blows over a guy that neither one of us slept with. Did we? That's not the issue. The issue is that we're still friends. Dot, ease up, would you? I've just been jilted.
Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't all out great
Anything exciting happening in the world that I should know about?
Well, it says here, Swami cracks 98 coconuts over his head in bizarre ritual.
Oh, you're reading one of those papers. I don't know how anybody can pay any attention to them. Is 98 coconuts the record?
Actually, I don't read this paper for its news content. I like to look at the personal columns.
Oh, do you think people actually believe the personals?
I hope so. Placed an ad of my own. Take a look and see if you can guess which one is me.
What does SBF mean?
Single black female.
And DWF?
Divorced white female.
Oh, I get the hang of this. So GWF means great white female.
Gay white female.
Oh. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. See, this is why I stay away from the personals.
Oh, I love the personals. They're full of stupid lies told by losers.
I just took out an ad for me.
Of course, there are a lot of stupid lies told by winners, too.
Hi.
Hey, how about that guy with the coconuts?
Ginger, I didn't tell any stupid lies. Give me that paper, Amy. Listen. Gorgeous, successful SWA, single white actress, mid-20s or so, seeks attractive male for dates, romance, who knows?
What do you mean, who knows?
Who knows?
Dorothy, this is a very dangerous way to meet a man.
No, it's not. I was watching this program on TV, and they said these personals actually work. Before you go out with them, they send you a photo, you talk to them on the phone, you kind of get to know them. Hey, it's a lot safer than bumping into them in some bar. Although there is a lot to be said for that first bump.
See, Jen, you can meet a lot of interesting men through this paper.
Like this one. Fat man crushes bride to death on wedding night.
Well, guess what I'm getting my mama for her birthday?
Well, now, let's see. Did she run out of all that possum jelly from last year?
It was pomegranate jelly. And except for all those little seeds, it was pretty good. No, I saw an ad in a magazine where for $100, they'll research your history and give you an official copy of your family tree.
Ooh, should be interesting. A tree from your family ought to be full of fruits and nuts.
I think my mama's just gonna love it. You know all those great stories I tell about Snyder?
Yeah, sat through a few.
This is going to be like having 200 years worth of them. I mean, just think, my ancestors could have been telling these stories to the forefathers of our country. Sort of gives you the shivers, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can just hear Ben Franklin now saying to your great-great-great-grandfather, "Get out of my house, you boring me."
Hey, Jan, I need some advice. This chick wants me to keep her dog in my apartment while she's out of town, and I'm a little nervous. He's this big, snarling Doberman, and I think he wants to kill me.
Well, whatever you do, just don't let the dog know you're afraid.
I think you figured that out when I went on the paper.
Seems like this girl has picked the wrong man. For any purpose.
Come on, Jan, this is important. I mean, if I do a good job with the dog, Lynette's promised to pay me back by showing me her gratitude. Come on, you know about dogs. Isn't there something you can tell me to help me deal with it?
Don't rub meat on your pants.
Well, Howard, you had the ticket stubs from the play last night.
No, why?
Well, I'm starting a book of keepsakes to highlight important moments of our marriage. And getting you to a community player's production of Liz Estrada was just such a moment.
Don't forget when you took out the garbage last week.
But next month, they're doing a revival of the Trojan Women.
What's that, some kind of play about safe sex?
Oh, I can see this cultural renaissance is going to take some time.
Send over the couple of Arby's, Howard, and mash the spuds.
Amy, you're a person who could use a dose of the Rialto.
Wow, what'd I do wrong?
Nothing, you poor sweet child. It's just that Howard and I went to the theater last night, and it occurred to me that everyone could benefit from such an experience.
Oh, what'd y'all see?
Something called Liz Estrada bought a group of women in Athens to tell her husbands, lest they end the war, they're going to withhold all sexual favors.
Oh, heck, that's how Mama got the house painted. Nancy, I'm really impressed. How'd you get Howard to go to a foreign play?
Oh, well, Howard and I have a balanced marriage, Amy. I've agreed to accompany him to a Chuck Norris retrospective.
Jamorama. Don't make it sound like something it isn't. Chuck Norris Jamorama.
Yeah! You can learn from this, Amy. Marriage is give and take. Give and take.
Hey, Sonny. I
How's it going with the pooch?
Not too bad. I figured out if I carry a chair around my apartment at all times, I can keep him at bay.
Nothing like the love between an idiot and his dog. Let me ask you something. How do you take this animal for a walk?
Well, that part's a cinch. He just chases me around the park, and then we go home when he's tired.
There must be an easier way for you to score with a woman than this. No, I guess not. Hey, Dot, gotten any answers to your ad yet?
Just one. I don't think this guy's for me.
Why not?
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think a man should ask for a pair of panties in his first letter.
Page 6. In 1787, Ode B. Tompkins entered the taxidermy trade, then met and married Luella Smarms, a pillow stuffer for the rich land baron. Wouldn't that something? They begat 2 children, Jasper and Chastity, while Chastity continued to live in the Northwest and was repeatedly killed by Indians. Reportedly killed by Indians. Jasper moved to the oil-rich Oklahoma territories where he set up shop as a maker of spinning wheels.
Talk about seizing the opportunity.
After several years... Gotta go! Well, I thought you wanted to hear this.
Oh, I do. I did. I'm bored. I gotta go.
Well, this certainly has been educational, Amy, just like watching PBS.
You're leaving too?
Yeah, I hate watching PBS.
Well, guess you're gonna bail out with him, Ginger.
Oh, no, I'm good for at least another 100 years. Then I gotta go meet Jason.
Well, thank you. It's nice to know that my roommate has an interest in my past.
Your roommate has no choice. I know if I don't hear this now, you're gonna be bugging me in the middle of the Lisa Bonet show.
Okay, where was I?
I believe Jasper had just made a bad business move.
Oh, right. Okay. After several years...
Amy, let me see that.
Why?
I want to skip ahead to the later years.
But the story won't have the same impact.
Good. Okay, here we go. The 1900s, and on the top of the page, we have your grandparents, Buster and Lily Tompkins.
Oh, I miss those two. Boo-Boo and Lulu. That's what I used to call them.
Nice. So, sis,
I couldn't say Buster, so I'd say...
Boo-Boo.
Right.
Yeah,
And then also when I was little, I couldn't say Lily, so that...
Lulu.
Right.
I understand. You're a baby. You're grown up now. Be quiet. Okay. Maybe you don't want to hear this.
Of course I do.
Well, all right, Amy. It seems that Lulu was a famous Texas madam.
Oh, you mean like Madam Butterfly?
No, I mean like scrub up girls, the cattle driver's over and the boys in town.
Jen, I'm starting to worry.
That's just because you're getting older, you'll never be a success and nobody likes you.
Well, that's not it. My next dog's got me locked out of my apartment. If I try and open the door, he growls and charges. What do I do?
Rub meat on your pants.
Out to dinner with Granny? Isn't that sweet? Hope she's not a hooker.
Yes, she is a looker, especially for a woman of her age. Amy, you have got to get it together.
I know. I'm just confused. I don't know what to do about my grandma.
There's nothing you can do about your grandma. She's dead. She got kicked in the head by a mule on Arbor Day.
I just feel betrayed. Her relationship with me was a lie. When I remember back all those times she took me to church, mind you. I mean, what could she have been thinking?
Probably what everybody else was thinking. When is this going to be over?
Nancy, I was wondering...
Oh, I'm sorry, Howard. I'm just finishing up with this ledger.
Good month?
Oh, so. I've got to keep chipping away at the overhead.
Yeah. Well, Spud?
Excuse me?
Spud, have you thought more about whether you're going to give him that raise he asked for?
Oh, of course.
Hey, that's great. He'll be glad to hear that.
Yes, I have given it more thought, and no, he's not getting it.
Guy hasn't had a raise in over a year. It's not fair.
Oh, well, fair has nothing to do with it. See, this is business. See, if I don't give raises, I look good. Oh, and let's not forget the gold star I got for beating you to a pulp in our last round of contract negotiations.
He deserves the money. Do it for me, a favor for your husband. Make him feel good.
Howard, I don't think you should insinuate our personal life into our professional life.
That's a no, right?
Very good.
Maybe I should do what those women in Athens did. No raise for Spud, no playtime at the Parthenon.
I don't get it.
That's right.
You wouldn't.
I would.
You can't.
I have.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
But we won't touch.
Hi. I thought you already left with Amy and Ginger. No, I couldn't stand the idea of being in the elevator with Amy moaning, I'm a tainted woman, I'm a tainted woman.
Oh, don't be so hard on Amy. She's just going through a period of adjustment.
I know, and I'm sure she'll be fine. But don't you find it the least bit funny?
Dot, it's hysterical. Milk came out of Richie's nose when I told him about it at dinner.
Did you always tell Richie what goes on at work?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I see. I suppose you had another big laugh when you told him I took out an ad in the personals.
Well, sure. He especially liked it when I told him what you put in the ad about being in your 20s. Well, we were in a really silly mood.
Oh, it's okay. I feel silly about it myself. But I've gotten a bunch of letters, and I've narrowed it down to 2 guys.
Bachelor number 1
is a 40-year-old millionaire who is sick of the dating scene and just wants to spend time alone with someone on his yacht.
Yeah, sure. A guy that successful does not need to scrounge around in the personal columns looking for a date.
Jan.
Oh, right, sorry. You're scrounging.
The other guy, Gregory, wrote this really short letter. He seems self-assured. You know, he said he was interested and to give him a call.
I'd go with bachelor number 2.
Wouldn't it be something if this guy turned out to be the man of my dreams?
You don't need that kind of pressure, Dot.
You're right. The way things have been going, I'll be ahead of the game if this guy doesn't show up with his address pinned to his shirt. Slow night we're having tonight, huh, Nancy?
We've only been open for 10 minutes.
Oh, that probably explains it.
In a nutshell. You're still here.
I got a date tonight. I really put myself out on a limb for this one. I told him he could pick me up an hour before we close. I don't want to blow it. Could you please, out of the goodness of your heart, let me off early? I promise I'll do anything to make it up.
Will you give me your firstborn?
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Oh, I love it when you dance and sweat and play the court jester. Well, you have pleased your queen well tonight. You may do as you wish.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Witch. She made artificial flowers, flowers for ladies of fashion to wear. Artificial flowers, fashion from Annie's despair. Okay, now I'm going to skip right to the part where she freezes to death. They found little Annie, covered with...
Why don't you just skip to the end?
Thank you very much. Hey, Jan, if you care, I'm back in my apartment again.
Oh, heck, I was hoping for the dog to stay. Actually, I was hoping he'd show up here and play the piano.
I slipped some doggy downers under the door, waited for him to mellow out.
Sonny, what are you going to do when those pills wear off?
Nah, I'm not worried. He's a smart dog. But if he knocks over that chair, he's going to hang himself.
You look fabulous.
Thanks. I hope nothing goes wrong.
What could go wrong with a date that you found in the paper that claims to have the exclusive story on Michael Jackson's pregnancy? Don't stay out too late.
Excuse me. Is Dot Higgins here? I've come to pick her up.
Your Dot, Dave.
Yes, I am.
I love my job.
Nancy, don't tell me I can't go now. I want this date. I need this date.
This date is here. Enjoy.
You're Gregory?
You're Dot.
But you're a boy.
And you're a girl.
You look like you're 16.
You flatter me. That's because I darkened my mustache. I'm actually 15 and a half.
Do your mommy and daddy know that you're here? Can't believe I'm asking my date that question.
Oh, I think it's a valid one, Dot.
Let out, Nancy. Come here, you. Don't sit on the bar. It's against the law for minors. Now, what's your story, Junior?
Well, I answered your ad, spoke to you on the phone, and now we're in love.
Why didn't you tell me your age?
You didn't ask.
That's no excuse.
Yes, it is.
You think you're clever, don't you?
I'm more than clever. I've got an IQ of 170. I'm brilliant. You'll grow to love me.
Why don't you go home and try to get a date with one of the girls in your class?
I'm afraid of the girls in my class.
But you're not afraid of me?
Why should I be afraid of you? You take out ads in the personals. You're not going to reject anybody.
Look, Gregory, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't want to go out with a 15-year-old.
15 and a half. This could work for us. Think of it. 10 years from now, when I'm 25, you'll be 25.
We'll both be 25.
See? So what do you say? How about dinner?
No.
How about the prom?
Look, Gregory, I'm sorry. This might have worked at some other time. Like right after I met the guy who took me out last Saturday. I'm feeling good about myself this week, so I'm sorry.
Oh, great. What am I supposed to do? I told my mom not to pick me up for another hour. Ginger, you know that cute little statue I have of a dog smoking a cigar?
Mm-hmm. I hate that statue.
Well, you'll be glad to know that I'm throwing it out. That and everything else my grandmother ever gave me.
Amy, you have got to get over this. Now, I'm tired of you dumping on your grandmother. She's family. Your mother loved her, you loved her, and from what you tell me, everybody in town loved her.
Exactly.
What your grandmother did for a living is her business. How she treated you is your business, and from what you tell me, she treated you just fine.
I can't abide the kind of life she led.
And who are you to be so uppity?
Well, I've always walked the straight and narrow.
Yes, but your grandmother was a Texas madam. Now, that'd be enough to take the uppity out of me.
It's just not fair. I hadn't done a thing wrong. I feel like there's this blotch on my virtue because my grandmama was a sinner.
Well, then don't think of her as a sinner. Think of her as someone who entertained the masses. You know, like when Bob Hope and Martha Ray go overseas.
This is nothing to joke about, Ginger.
I'm not joking, Amy. You should still be loving her and enjoying her memory. But what? You're wrong, Amy. These ladies can help. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess you're right. I mean, my grandchildren are probably going to be complaining about some of the things I've done.
Amy, I wouldn't worry about it. Because by the time you get around to having grandchildren, that towel from the Holiday Inn will be worn out.
Howard, I thought we might go to the Bubble Club for a drink after work.
Forget it. I'm not going.
How come?
Because I'm easy after I've been to the Bubble Club. Everyone is.
Don't you think we've had enough of this childish game?
Children can't play this game.
Man, with your voracious appetite, how long do you think you can keep this up?
Probably another 24 hours, then I'll start telling you I'm going out for a paper after dinner.
All right, damn you. Spud, you've got your raise.
Right.
Friends.
Friends. That'll work.
Let's leave now.
Cool cook.
Spud's got his raise. Let him earn it. After we get home, I'll be Aphrodite.
Who'll I be?
Chuck Norris.